Thank you very much. Comprehensive and detailed breakdown of the outcome of the investigation so far. I know that there are many of you who have many questions concerning this mind, so we'll open the floor for you to ask any questions that we deem necessary to elicit the appropriate responses. In the interest of time, we are only able to take 5 questions. So if you have a question, please put up your hand, walk up to the front here, identify yourself, and go straight to the question. So the minister will conduct the question and answer session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My name is Christopher Kevin, and I work with CTFN and Channel 1 TV. Honorable Minister,
Good afternoon, everyone. The previous government actually rejected key part of evidence that was gotten from the by-election. So I would like to ask if you can actually assure Ghanaians what if the government is willing to put steps together to make sure that these, if claims are being made, they are not actually rejected. And then I'd like to ask what steps the ministry is taking to make sure that incidents like this do not happen further in the future.
Well, let me, okay.
Yeah, just to top up what you just said about I also was forgotten. You did indicate that the report is going to be fully implemented. You did not give the details of what is entails in the report. So I want to find out what really is in the report. Yeah.
That in the case of the IOS was Bogon, the report was published. So it's a public, what do you call it, knowledge. And now, with all humility and respect, I'm sure that if you Google, you'll see them. But most importantly, to link it up to what the earlier questioner asked, in short, specifically, I think paragraph 3.5 and 5.5, there he even stated that further investigations could be carried on. That further investigations could be carried on. So they didn't make it very conclusive. But our effort is to, one, make sure that even the recommendation that they made, where they mention some individuals for prosecutions, needs to be done. They mention some individuals for some actions to be taken. We need to ensure that those things are done. In fact, we need to further exploit the 3.5, like I said, paragraph 3.5 and 5.5, where the commission itself said, because like we said, until justice is done, we will not be able to bring this unfortunate incident to a stop. And to add it up to what we are doing to prevent these things from happening. You see that both in the short, get time to read from the first page to the last page. Even though they have not finished, they have made a lot of recommendations. For example, why should security people who are going for election monitoring be in hooded masks? What are you hiding? Why should you mask your face? I mean, they made recommendation about coordination. So, for example, if you decide to bring immigration officers, fire service officers, the military and the police to embark on an election activity, the recommendation is that why not let them train together? Let them have a coordination. They will have a coordination among themselves.
Accra FM 100.5.
Don't give gadgets to only the superior officers. Make sure that all those who are on the election activity are holding the gadgets so they can communicate effectively. All these things are part of the recommendations that they have made. But because, like I said, the process is not comprehensive and is not completed, we are already looking at it, and I can see that support just around the time of the election. The special task force has made. So I can assure you, as the Minister for Interior, under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, we are not going to make this a kind of one-off thing. The usual thing, when something happens, then we'll just talk about it, try and create some report, and then allow the report to be creating dust, and then that marks the end of it. No, we can assure you that you can see from the work that they are doing. We are empowering them, we are giving them the resources, and I can bet you, the team, I can see some of the members of the special team here, because they are CIDs, I don't need to mention their names. And they will tell you, I even took the pain to meet them, to encourage them, to let them know they have my full backing and the backing of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to carry out this function without fear or favor. And to have imagined that even the army had to cooperate with them, because in all, 50 men from the military were interrogated by the task force. It tells you that we really, really want to bring this matter to an end by making sure that all the perpetrators are dealt with. To link this to the first question that we were asking, whether we're going to do forensic, in fact, we're not doing only forensic. They will tell you that we're even doing ballistic analysis. But one of the challenges that we are having is that if you take the gun that fired a shot in 2020, and between the 2020 and now, it has fired so many others, it makes it very difficult to do the tracing and mapping. But I'm sure, together with the special task force, with our CID, PID, and even the military, what we call intelligence, we work so hard. And I don't want to preempt the conclusion of this, because in some of the cases that we are not able to bring finality, we need to be sure that is it the best that we can do. If there's something other than what the CID is doing that we have to do, I want to assure you that under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that will be done, because it's not just about identifying people and compensating them, but making sure that the perpetrators are brought to book, and that will be really, really our effort. So yes, I put in measures that will prevent this thing from happening, but I want to say that as citizens, we ourselves need to also be helpful, because you see, when we refuse to give the information, like we are having in Banda Ahinkro and Banda Bonkasi, because there is rivalry between the two towns, meanwhile somebody has lost his life. We need information. I mean, people cannot just come because they are CID, they can conjure facts or information. They need people to give the information that can lead them into finding the truth. So we want to encourage our communities to also be supportive of the exercise, so that by the grace of God we'll bring this to a finality. So I don't know if I've answered or because I didn't write them. If there are any other
questions, we'll take them at this stage.
Take, yes.
Otherwise, we call it a day. All right, so we take it that the minister's briefing has gone down well. Yes. Thank you very much.
So we want to thank all of you for your time. May God continue to bless all of us and continue to make our country great. Thank you so much.
So, thank you, Honorable Minister, for that briefing. As the Minister indicated, this is an ongoing process. So the details that he's provided here relate to what has come to his attention as Minister and what has been presented to His Excellency the President. The President is clear in his mind that finality must be brought to this matter. Those who perpetrated the violence must be held to account, and those who suffered the violence must receive some form of restitution. So on that note, I thank all of you for coming. See you another time.
They are trying to find a way. Send a bear or meet me up and put my subra. I think they deserve to be commended. But Ronel Lopez and Swell joining us. Greetings, my brother. Jonas Andy Asamoah is here, also watching from Medina. Coleman Sapila 2 are joining us. So do we have an MP in Domi Kwabena? Hey, Ajikwan. Okay, I don't know why he's saying that. Unless Kofi Gohoa Medicos. Good afternoon, bro. Abraphobia is here. But do Ignatius, I see you. We say good afternoon. No, to Daku and the team. We say live from Amasaman. Okay. Dominant Pim Akwaba and na Yemi Song say and Pom to say Yatina see yeah ready say Yabesom Ghana inti Yashe Ghana che we are poised for action and Okwembi aso Ghana and Tuma Epegono Yabeshe na sentuma no we friend ye aya me catch say o man ni swadi no etwase boa epeja esin konkonso ebe free amamu adonto de yemu esi amamu mapomia soa ejina meneo enti empempe no se emene so se ye the citizen show dwumai ebe somoa ye kai say we have a duty to safeguard the interests of our nation enti yatene kwanya bunu so yi no bagawaya ye cannot connect to me so that's what we're here for. Ubatuma 20 live on Facebook Accra 100.5FM Echegu Mesra Oba na onswa mubahu baby Obutu Adai Kwesi Emmanuel Francis here. I'll say you have been missed. And thank you, Fenu Bright Ansah. I see you. Osina no Tudako more fire. Okay, so keep sending the messages. Mr. Lincoln in Akwete man. Onswa join us, this strong man. Good afternoon. David Semeport Nouveau. Thank you. Also, good afternoon. Watching from Makola Shopping Mall. Me patro mun join the feed no. Na mon sene mo messages. But Kwame, and largely I want to say Galamsey and Command Yuguswa but the raid if like attack on Naimus. You better home asem na yaka. Esan say who here yempesa dachi bia you better dream say yenkon kotonso. But maybe just for those who are just joining. Maybe just for those who are just joining. Sesia Anna Honorable Mubarak Muntaka and Yedin Komo FA 2020 and 2024 electoral violence or how we call so mentime say one way who any idea. But you realize that largely abayano ayade at least one way when a busuan shradie no they are to be compensated. Look, let's commend the president John Dramani Mahama sir wapopa enkrofoi enisu sebi ubekomina ye kura mpo amkoye ye besia na mkoboye. Of course it cannot bring the people back to life, but then penny forces sometimes in the absence of nothing bad is good. And in as much as 8 million frankrofo emman kwamu biemu no me hunu say ehyebusuan kran me hunu say baby a edom a wonu kuma Ghana illustrious sons and daughters of the soil sebi omohwero mu kwa ana omusho makwanfiri mu no omuso be anibaje say oman no ekaiom. It is because we have a president like John Dramani Mahama. And so your excellency, thank you so much. Kwame Kwachi Hwesone production adwuma no ane ye no Hwesone production Jai Vanessa ohima bia bokode bia be fine more fire enti so you better some of the statistics one de buy. But Kwame, before we go into the statistics, just a quick one. We'll be able to say Doma, for instance, it bordered on 2020 voter registration mop-up. Nyesanka police for etutu, according to the Minister of Interior. Name me tutu manekofa edomu amewiase no Kofi Robert ehu kan ya oto ananamo nsiado one Kwame ene nua ba ko akanso won so ebrei oyamu ye kan ye se ye nkwankwa pensi to wom afei wo hwe ba bi te se savlugu ye se enye se ntokwa eheda course between MPP and NDC, but bullets fly and Samira Zakaria other 3 persons and so a prior you call Tolon for instance you know almost say Tolon honor no can me say temamfo no some sophisticated weapons into them say trussion microphone pa nam so masa or how no e by damangu o hwe supporters were cause damage a whole lot into Uber Facebook for instance yeah they are toso to way a summary of cases 2020 and the region constituency number of deaths is here and one a price. So Kwame, let me do this briefly. Yan Bono is to start with, and here we are. Yebe kaka ya hukakra, yebe kaka ya hukakra. Na ya she hawa course wo. Enye ye interest say yebe bo no be ye machine. Na mum say be sua de afiri ho so man, because then say koto aba no be wu a. But you see, my challenge sometimes and then my come make obi betra baby akase bia na na politics, but it doesn't make sense. Over the 2020 elections, for instance, enipa wu ye. Now we had a certain president in Nana Akufo-Addo, like actually say it was one of the most peaceful elections he has witnessed. Charlie, very well. Bono East, ye kwata chima South, enipa 2 and wu ye. One wa e praye e yenkro. Na yemra enkran. Kumpuni Mantemwa, Greater Accra, Ododio, Yato about in 2020. Now make 2020. It will January calculation. Enipa 2 and a wee, Enipa 15 and a prior. The same Greater Accra in Ablekuma Central. Yato 2020 abano, Baku wa Ablekuma Central, and Enipa 9 a prior. Then let me take you to Bono, Banda to be precise. Nipa Baku or Banda, and Nipa Mienu a prior. Bono hono mo a ye kodoma westa baaku ewie ana baaku prae ohwe northern region yentinsi northern region yen start with Savlugu ye to abani wie no ana say during the elections menka desa na baaku ewu na miense pra baaku let's do this quick calculation that be enkosoro ma remember we 2 2 4 5 6 7 so in 2020 nipa nwotwe ana wie nipa nwotwe o enye soja ni na dey so. I'm talking about civilian rule. I'm talking about democracy. And until I may bojo mahama basono, na me bo munta kama basono, because at least Oma try with their report. I'm a young yeko say ebusuafo compensate to them. Now let's move to 2024. About your joining in live on Facebook. Oba na what share am I? Please share the link for us. Over 2024. Yensha same fin mantem. Ewutu senya baku ye. Ana baku praye. Eno ye ewutu senya east. Then northern region tolon am chodo baku ye. Oba Savannah Damango baku ye. Oba Bono East in 2024 in Kranza South to be specific. Also baku ye. Afe yema Asante Mantem. Udra Asante Mantem in the 2024 elections offensive north. Ye to abano pinchen na mentime ho ase course wonti. Ba emienu ye ana emienu esam praye. Then the same Ashanti region ahafo southwest. Ayimane kwerenim ahafo ano southwest. Ye to abano baku ewuye ana miense praye. We eye lister a course. So total number of deaths in 2024 and answer what the 2020 neka ho a 15. That be why say ye to abakeke na nipa 15 ebe hwere omonkwa. And these are fathers, be mothers. In some cases abofra we be 8 years na ye shoot na kono for no reason. Total number of injured 40. So Kwame, you can imagine omo ebia ene election violence in Tomuntimi Nante. Ebia no me koba ebehwe yire ebehwe ma. But because of election violence, Omuntimi nkoma. So I am commending Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, Minister for Interior, for a yeoman's job, as I commend the president. But Kwame, in whichever way you look at it, Yankai Honorable Minister so say, Mr. President Accra100.5FM for this electoral violence. So we'll come back to that. But Yankai, what really happened, then we come back to this. Fatuma me live on Accra100.5 FM. Bibi. To Enfa crowd because it was politically motivated. It was politically motivated. It any people we don't care. Kwame, yanko do dio. Me sa de makodo dio and yen kai ho. E hu say yenya tanfo. I keep telling you people, elections should not take anybody's life. Elections and yes say ekum obi bia e okroma. But it happened under Kufado. It happened under Kufado. As a war for men, look, someone share and I'm a follow baby and Tokwesi Penya. It's not different from the pictures we are showing. The Sierra Leone in Tokwa, the Liberian Tokwa, in Tokwesi war in Rwanda, I mean Ivory Coast, the Biafra war in Nigeria. It's not different from what the nonsense we are seeing. And it's because at all costs, now it can say a certain political party ever take over the reins of this country. Can you imagine if Ankenya John Mahama and your as opposition leader? Ankejatum. And some of these things, you yat them say as a country, you best you answer free. Kwame, famiko I was West Wagon. And I also West Wagon, I me ya because a sitting member of parliament. A sitting member of parliament. Sitting member of parliament. In the person of Sam Nate George, your bonus of flower form, a certain member of parliament, and Nehammer said, no, he will short commission the report by Bonting and indicted people. Report to come out former president, one final. But names were mentioned. There be another more to Galam say, where I church from India, Black Ufa was in final. Now, there was so West Wagon report. We you see and Oba Areho Ayawasu West Wagon, Reno Lopez, also we had a tyrant ruling us. Nasser Al-Khalifi Jr. Good afternoon. Nana. If Ghana is a serious country, Nana do need to be arrested. Nasser Ghana. Dan Mikacho is Sarkozy of France. You're man 5 years jail term. Yes, sir. I'm not saying say Ubinya Bonia Yemfanin Kotum, but I'm saying say the rule of law should not be respecter of persons. It shouldn't matter. So a former president or a sitting president. It shouldn't matter. So a former minister. And I say we a sitting minister. So we a member of parliament, we a DC, we a MC, we a mayor. So what? The law is the law. And that is the only way, ladies and gentlemen, we can build a country. So I'm growing away and this one here. As we are jokers, we are jokers. And because of Sika, because of Tumi, to meet dear Nambransam, to meet the Bonnie Kosiaga. We hear any trouble dear near money 15 years. That nonsense must stop. It must be reversed. It must be reversed. See, we hear me, and I say we need mobile. Not just a what's a memorable. Is that a kind of society, classless society, or classes of society we are building? Society of bourgeoisies and proletariat. Say you were sick for and you were here for. Certainly it is true, but we should not create a system like that. We should not create a system like that. And that is why me bought minister baso, but me per se me kai minister de kakra. Me per se ye share o Facebook yi ye kai ho kakra. Unless Kofi go ho America or see MPP never again. Me just send a message. Bra Facebook live on Accra100.5FM. Na yankin kai o message in the mouth. Yeah. Eti oba your Facebook where here we are in memory of the late. Where after 2020 election, Obakaya, there was some vigil night for some of these people. And this is what happened. Matters of the Fourth Republic. Near Town Council Line Park, December 16th, 2021, exactly 6 p.m. And this way near maybe a year to Ilujai. Now, come Akolaya or for me. What if you say we? Me didn't the same. Fuseni Musa. Anyway, can you imagine, sir, at a point you had MPP surrogate. Call radio so call TV so say Sankrophone by yes to trust them. Sakolawe. And to trust someone about my in elections. Charlie. Look, the Hakola no down. Wow, you tell me be a bra Facebook live on Accra100.5FM. Oba Hakola no down. Huh? Nebukra will be Fuseni Musa. Fuseni Musa. Thank you. I made us be my mammy. Na bra behanum. Mateki Rita Otu Okra Midinkura. Sa ono ya bayiwa. Sa bayiwa yi. Ono de boni be no betimi adie. Yetimi sutuku no. Yensan kwosoro Zakaria Samira. Ono so ye teenager abofra ketwa. Tell me a microphone ni boni from who knew. And until I look, in as much as I love President Mahama, I may born about so yard with the report. In as much as I love Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, may born about so yard with the report, it is not enough. That perpetrators of this crime must be brought to book. Otherwise, it is not enough. Because Mr. President John Mahama has given us a template on what we should do regarding one way this and I'll play that template very soon. I'll play that template very soon. It doesn't make sense. These are children. But because of electoral violence, Obi President, Obi MP, they were killed. These children were murdered. And John Mahama, and the Muntaka, and Komabusu Yakrampo, Yankokasa, sorry. And then, because we have President Mahama and Muntaka, you compensate to Muna, Yabomabaso. But Mr. President, Mr. Muntaka, I beg you. We must follow up with the prosecution and make sure, sir, Obipia or Taisa and Yambransam Yeti will be brought to book. Now, I yanka hokakra, Mr. President said, Edna John Mahama Kai. Man President Mahama.
The deaths, I have the same opinion as you. 8 of our citizens died for no reason. And our president has not even extended any recognition of what had happened. And no attempt has been made to investigate. I have said in several places that we'll investigate what happened and find out those culpable for those deaths. And aside from that, we'll compensate the families adequately on the loss of their loved ones. And it's not only the deaths during the election. You mentioned the Shaman brutalities. It shouldn't have happened. I mean, a soldier was killed, very unfortunate, by a group of armed robbers. And because of that, a whole community was subject to brutalization. I don't think things like that, should happen in the 21st century. And so I put out a statement when it happened, condoling with the victims, and also asking the military to exercise patience. I believe that the military work in a very difficult environment. They are responsible for our safety and security. But at the same time, they should recognize that the money the taxpayers pay that put them in that uniform and give them those instruments are to protect the citizens and are not supposed to be used to brutalize the citizens. And so we need to see how we deal with that. Ayawaso West Wogon, a whole commission of inquiry was set up. Government has with impunity refused to implement the recommendations of the committee. Only recently I visited one of them. He was a footballer. He is unable to go back to work or do anything because of the infirmity in his leg. And so I went and presented a freezer, a flat screen TV, and 5,000 CDs to him in order to help him keep going. And I believe that people like that should be adequately compensated so that they can live their lives.
Where near President Mahama Ekaye, and Commander President Mahama boy in Nina, war after two sides of the coin. The first side of near President Mahama Ekaye say, and yes, Ankasa they couldn't see, but even though say, Ebi Mashiro Monkwa, na Ebi Mewu, and notice and see what President Mahama time. Nemu yempanyifo se yedija wane yede aso awunti. He must do something about it as a leader. Ana President Mahama Eka say, "Senkrofo no a ye yom sa ohaw no ana sa amane ne to mu nyina. Ye be make sure say ye be hwe mabusua na ya compensate wom. Me no ka say Honorable Muntaka Mohammed am ya so at say by the directive of President Mahama ye ko ne yakọ compensate eye sa abusua ya. Wono hwere wana de hia ebi nso aprepra when they did them nyina. Eti first half of President Mahama in common, it has been fulfilled. Now, the second half of President Mahama in common ekuru jina say, enkrofon we di sa nyambra nsem no, ye be make sure say ye be hwehwemu na ye de womu nyina jina emra no na emra no madi. Mr. President, eno no de because Honorable Muntaka Ekasa no about in two cases, if not three, and I'm tell say ye prosecute them. Because in one of the cases I heard say 12 of the people ayankrofobia me no kasa ikra they are in remand. Eti sa ehonum no de I think honum your offense enough. Honum na nipa 2 we are me no try no 12 suspects are facing Kumasi High Court and in remand now. Eti ye kakoko yes Mr. President. Yes now second half they see a better 60% in that fight. 40% na kano. Let's bring these perpetrators to book. Mr. We know say you can do it. We know say Honorable Minister Muntaka you can do it. Munye say jumane mai. Now we are fellas kwache fosudia tour. Where 53 minutes ago. Press conference in one of the tour. Now I say Minister for the Interior reveals that 21 suspects have been identified over the killing of 15 people and injury of 40 others during the 2020 and 2024 elections. 4 are currently on bail. 5 are on remand. So it's not as if say abaining yashi because remand one and ye kwedi bronya wo ho. Ye do kwa court wansa na judge the pen esi paper so the diana bohonom say yemfa nkomra medi wasam yetu asoda. So for 5 people to be on remand, it means that abainu born homoding. It means that the Minister for Interior it means that President Mahama born no say no why crado so betimi akosabo. So 5 are on remand and the rest have warrant issued for the arrest. Ekwame, that just say bi musu do mo akenyura. But let's put on record say enya hwe kura no yenya 5 on remand. Ye say omudi bim anase omudi fo. But we had 21. I mean, 21 suspects have been identified. That is Omodoso. I mean, him say, Omitimi Ayom Hojuma. Mary Adam, or say especially the Techiman South shootings, and I agree with her. Techiman South shootings, and I agree with her. Ohen Kwada, Yadom Peter, Sotu Hanoma, I mean, a more of them. Francis Osaya, or say the MPP has never won a genuine election in the country before. And until at last elections over here, strategies na we say strategies na ya me watch every step of the way, especially in Ashanti region. Ballot papers are hold one print here and yeah, it is not just about winning genuine elections na ye ka ho asem ha. Positive change. Smith Dennis I say from Medina, our concerns as citizens should be how smart President Mahama and his government is playing to all fiscal policy to keep the economy running without necessary borrowing. Okay, and also not we are watching Beatrice Mensah Golo. Also, the MPP is a doom to Ghana over and again. MPP is a doom to Ghana ever again. Wicked government. Rene Lopez, the MPP guys are criminals and they are deaf to wise counsel. We need to send them to the International Criminal Court. Very well. Jonas Andia Samuado, and so I was very sad. Francis Osei, also the MPP has never won a genuine elections. That's right. Alematu Sadia Osmanu Nuruddin sends a thumbs up. $8 fiao. And so Edinidia. But Lawrence Stewart, Osei MPP, you're very wicked. Francis Osei, the MPP has never. You see, Niayami Yao, we Mukurani say, Saraya was so West Wogono. And Yanom. The email short commission the report by Bonting. Abu Bonkro Fooding. People were indicted. Yabu Bonkro Fooding. Mr. President then, Nana Kufado, Umanfa reporting on He didn't care about the people that died. In fact, me remember, me clearly say in 2020, Nana Kufado catch and say 2020 elections was very peaceful. As many pan watch and a new, as Nana Kufado said peaceful. 2020 elections. Not yet it's in Fufu Danny and Kwai. No. And you find cry, you can say sorry, not say any more, you can't watch him. Shaibu Yahaya, a man who stands for nothing will fall for nothing. Adraman said, or say MPP never again. Stewart, or say MPP, you're very wicked. Rene and Krofoka. Adams, Maria, or say our politicians are our problem. But our big problem is our judiciary. Unless Kofiko Hoa Medica, Senior Michel, or say MPP never again. Rene Lopez, also we had a terror ruling us. Bring your messages, let me read them for you. Joe Topman was saying MPP never again. Famous Sir Max was watching and listening. Maybe I told you about Facebook. Accra100.5FM. Me didn't know to that. I could make you drama simple cry. Now can't I say? So these are issues we must speak to as a country. And somewhere here. I see a cat so mine and not be na yeke. So Yamo abayna baso na ye normasi wo adwuma omo ye regarding wo mo a edi sabone no na me mpa boy ba akopɛ se ye bewie no obi bia odi sabone onfa ne huni na en serve as enhwesode ema foforo. We can't go into elections na nipe na ase. Look, the question is why should somebody die? Say, well, I didn't know so be abra yekoto aba. Why? I didn't know so be pra because yekoto aba MP. Yekoto aba president. I didn't know so be more rekrasote. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And yema Bruno so how da sekwanso. Menyemo, ayamo me yensu enyansa. Politician bien one more mama ne ba edikan akoye to trasemo. So we got to learn as youth of this country. Who said na Kufado? Ne ba jankroma election bia wo kodira no ma no obi gu ntokwa hwe. Who said President Mahama Basharaf? Ah? Yakoto aba bia no obi agidugidi hwe. Owura ba me aba. Wo No, I'm asking you. And people for a numia almost some more flag bearer when people me. Say Kwabena Japan, say Canada Japan. Say Ora Bamia, say Edukum, say Brian a champion. One will so be by any namukunto kwa baby. Dabio, momo say no. Mo de mama gene say munsua nyansa no. Mo an ye be yusu mo na mo an ye be kumo. The only problem I have with the police and Utseni Honorable Muntaka Kanya, most of the time, you know, na the indiscipline of the Akufo-Addo police. Because as I speak to you, police we are away a fantastic police. They may have one SSS kakra, but under Yohunu, it has been refined. It has been refined. First time in the history of Ghana, or one of the few times, about by-elections, recent by-elections. Now, we'll be at me so because of measures, Yohunu, IGP, at the Tuakwem. First time, if not one of the few times in the history of our country. By-elections, near Sunu Gujim. Say, Nipani Bayan Pikura Hekranton in Kabu. Nothing in Kabu. One friend on Fro. One friend on Fro. Dabi. One friend, about one of my IMP, Mr. One friend on Fro. I'm speaking from experience. All the MPs are here, my boy. One friend on one cow cry. In the Ohunu as a means to satisfy an end. It is you to know, Mr. Yes, let's continue loving our political parties. But Mr. Ramo, young fat Janet home. Me sure President Mahama Beppe say will be winning elections. Me sure. It may be one more near to a free dear frame. In our own interest. Kwame Frimpong. I don't know to please. How many people were killed on the Felix Kwachu Fusu chart? It shows 2 people killed and 9 injured in 2020 elections. There be Osha Felix chart now cap 2020 ne bomwa. Enipa 8 ne wuye. Yeah. Enipa 8 ne wuye. Enti mbacho san kan biem. Ayi obetime de Felix chart na san to so. There be okay. It was the atoso mbacho obetime abehe. There be ayi nyewe ba ko na box we nam here no. Fatusumom. Ebenezer Intre. As a former president shouldn't have been president at all in the country. President Akufo-Addo anya president in so Quebec as the president we never had. It's good so by a president. Niya hunu ensuo ne nsa. Emu eduru. Maria Dawson Mustafa Ahmed is now telling us that his matter is useless. OSP can never be trusted. He must be sacked. Now OSP asem ye kanwa. Otu da kwa kamabre. Which serious country now benya special prosecutor to say kisi ajabi? Which serious country? What about doing the agro? Forgetting. Oh. Sure. So that is a serious matter. Esye na ye kan ho asem. Kwame, me pese ye din komo kakra efa this Galamsey related matter. Ye nyina enim se 9-4 ye kwa attack wo. E Broni Krum, Fidim area to be precise. I think that's Sutifi North constituency. I ne MP honum ne ho abasem am say matise police for crime inviting no say so much no one of them na Kwame me wo asem bi bisa me man na me san wasem bi bisa NDC mpanyimfo na me wasem bisa MPP mpanyimfo me wasem bisa Ghana politicians asofo mpanyimfo me wasem bisa na nanama hemfo etitiriwa this a function ma no ma she chow ma front to ma she cha and your hin na ebay na mo jimutu. I have a question for you, your royal majesties. I have a question for you. Aya ne fe na efe say ebeka se sabita frate sabi mpanyifo anim wo che hin na ebay. Aya ne fe na efe say ebeka se sabi mpanyifo anim sabi asante hin na front to ma ebay. Aya na efe Sebi si abeka se doma hene ana ebey. Sebi se gamanche ana ebey. Sebi se ogwama hene na ebey. Sebi se togu afede ana togu siri na ebey. Sebi se yana ana yabonwura ana ebey. Ana boliga pio na ebey. Ana sebi his royal majesty na yiri ana ebey. The kings are many, so I cannot mention them all. But as someone maybe say Is it in the beauty of intumefra and a mayor himfo? And now God, I bet none to your comb and a chase himfo. I'm asking you as your son or grandson. Because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, none more him for too much in this country. And most of them are complicit in the galamsey nonsense. Most of them. I him for be brave. I him for Cassia. I him for Ketwa. Ubunsa Cassia no said that no may you many and Ketwano. Anya and Ketwa neye. And so not in fear, no the galamsey who royalties. Now, Yami Bissase. And Sassy me Bissam Papa, your he say, Eti Nananum say no din Sony Jamo. Na se muwu common crechi. Na mu twa manisha banya akonta papa ben ana mwede koma nananom because me otu da ko nim say asamando yekuru anka yesu wu ye no onkwa asamando nkoje asamando pono ensafoa asamando eyekuro te sane ya te Ghana yi eyekuro asamando yekuro asamando when you die you see them asamando yekuro okra ne nguda asamando yekuro na nananom ayanhwe hansa I know say a multifaceted effort. But I'm telling somebody for free, ladies and gentlemen, say, nananum dominancy from Galamsey will be a thing of the past. Galamsey also because I have no bebereji royalties. Galamsey no. Galamsey also because Galamsey is no at the when I bought there. Equa him fear. Politicians in him. Ya do I am for him fear. Near coca bro, near coca tree. Ya can't cry, ya can't be and can cry see to Galamsey. Eti gaman check and whole song. Your Royal Majesty, ni taki teko churu. Ofa na member odo manye. Fantastic king. Nemu song. He embodies leadership. Nemu song. But yeah, baby, everywhere. Achemnia Santenwe. Buron Patamwe. Western region. Central region. Biani yetutu galamse nwe. I say ye nim yakoso. But yake anumatum because of what? Won't you die? Obiengu. Yinimo yin enyisi yenimo. Enyisi politicians ninimo. Politicians nini. Asem na mi baby samu. Sasa mi nya misai but mi gusu ko. Na me bisa me ho say eti politicians no so nim omu nuanom politicians a omu ye Galamsey kingpins ana. Musu munim. And you been on then the fight against Galamsey is a joke. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you for free, sir, politicians, they're not women politicians, sir, Galamsey kingpins in this country. And to be careful, say, one of the major reasons in I have formed patriotic journalists against Galamsey is to name and shame. So politicians for the ferry say, Omba bompeni foni dia, otu da ku yebelidi, yebebu bompeni foni di, ni yebeba mra, yabrewom. Because si ye kaya no tum na ya mubom dia date se ye kran so a ombenye sika kra na me ya address akoma ba me konye sika no wenam da kokran so. So these are very important issues we must address. These are, and we near me yakran say yesawo asofo mu bi e to Galamsey. Akaya last stop on kwaya asofo and you say over kwanya nya asofo bi to Galamsey. We are the things I'm telling you. And when you force a nipa, did you win a nipan cassandre? Now, means when him say, Abako somewhat trade that we can't venture. Now, so was saying, be able to cry, a clear no tomb. Nasanke, the cancer, Bobie, you know, Bokru. But politicians, no, one more to Galamsey, no. And now politicians, now, if they are not campaigns or more idea. Bien be me former ministers se bi mu so na ministers so se bi mu aban mu bi mu opposition eti adwenia edani petire bi do mutrim. Look at the effort of Honorable Amakofibua. Hwedwumaden Honorable Amakofibua se na obeku Galamsey. Hwe the help of Colonel Boa wo badwuma with the National Illegal Mining Operation Secretariat. Hwe the Blue Water Gap Initiative. Making sure say they are fighting Galamsey, and you still have people within obstructing the fight against Galamsey. I drink that any petrim ebidomutrimuana. Now, question man and I'm saying maybe so mono. Mebese mebisa nananom. Mebese mebisa nananom ahemfo. Mebese mebisa amanyofo. Mebese mebisa nananom asofo. Mebese mebisa Ghana man nyina. Ene the Galamsey community. Yambese mebisa Ghana for especially ne say. It's Major Adams Mahama. Will we emphasize Maswana? That's the question I came to ask. Because Major Adams Mahama, now he was on the front of Galamsey, walking in making sure say Ghana betima fan and tuma pefra. Unfortunately, Ushiana Kwemflim war. Major Adams Mahama wu yepe and ye try or against Galamsey. It near him say Major Adams Mahama wu ye no. Yenya Galamsey and wedro. Besine igusuko Galamsey. Na ni twa me nsuru mu kra nipa be ye nwotwe Dr. Mane Buama eka ho. Dr. Mutala Muhammad eka ho. Miame papa the former vice chairman of NDC. Kwame Mpacho Kamni din kakra. Dr. Samuel Sapon eka ho. Young guys out in some more dachi. And eka play ni ade aso na omuwu ye na Ghana say ye wa rehom na ye ka say nyi obi ampo Dr. Mane Buama ne mpam fonti Galamsey will be a thing of the past. Na yetimi nya enkrofo to obstruct 9 months even from working. I am asking say eti Dr. Mane Buama will wu emfaswa maswana. Now these are questions I came to ask. Eti Dr. Mutala Muhammad will wu emfaswa maswana. Eti Ejuma Honorable Amakofi Bua ebo eti nyama odi agwa kwanso no adne bitirimu wadensa kwame dan me betra no bo tape etra motamwa Honorable Kenobua one of his expeditions wako enwuram so mo ko fight Galamsey na a warrant officer friend who did not attempt ne bo ha because or doing so politicians obi anso mo krom ha munya nyankopon yen tra on mo ema mu bi mutrim woden enema mim because of your greed et yesu wanso wanyina say sa danko dada dey mo ba no makeka manim amanyame som te say ase mo na mo mpe Galamsey enso underground na mo na mutuo no enche ye besama mo nyina manananom ni nsuo se Ghana mre chese ni mbedi a nananom abosom de mo fa mo nchemo because it doesn't make sense. Ajisi akasa ni nyina nya compensa. No, I'm asking. Ajisi akasa hwe ni John Mahama ye. When was the last time Amunya president beat John Mahama? Muda mo fani ni agro ma nenko. Mo fani ni agro na onye sa no nwie na ban mu. When was the last time mo tie me nya president bia owo ahofama, owo tema, owo do, owo ahobrase no wonya nsa ni nimbiet say President Mahama. When was the last time? The last 8 years ma president Amunya Okroma. Eti when we have a president like Mahama, no ni pakuna strike Galamsey suku ni kase eboa no na bia people inward kura person more obstructing no. I don't get it. I don't get it. But Kwame, let me ask some simple questions and go away. MP no so koye den wo mo. MP no. Na mi tie eno ne Bobie nkomo. Ananya no na mo interview no. Ana o kire se okwa yi. Enti wo kwa yi no hunu se gidigidi bi wo ho se den yo. Ana ofa ho. Kwame. Me ma videos. Na bo video e ma Ghana fo hunu se sa time no gidigidi be na wo. Me ma videos MP ni gina ho. MP ni gina ho. MP enya video gina ho ba. MP ni gina ho no. Ma videos photo. MP ni you see I am respect Ghana mra. Na Ghana mra sound to proving guilty you are innocent. Eti kasa I know na divine come Sunday he's against that nonsense. However, sana de na kwakoye. What was the MP's interest? Because in any case, so what got through say 9 was 4 achinchrophobia susu say o me Galamsey. What is your interest? Pesa, omuyi handcuffs free from Ansah. What is your interest? Are you the chief of defense staff? Are you President Mahama to command the head of the name of say omuyi sadeni from Ansah? You can only beg them, but you can't command them around. And let me, mami mo this for abaso. MPP for and come shield the one. Akonte yakasi want to me to galam say. Anche no mbeka ye. There be video we. Yakasi want to me to galam say. MPP for by enya no kre. Yakasi of National Women Organizer to galam say. We are by enya no kre. Yakasi protozwa. Omu ye say. We are by enya no kre. Obia o to galam say. According allegedly in during their time MPP for defending them. But at least one NDC, even though it's alleged say MP no had an interest there based on narrative, I maybe can't be actually because there's a direct report I maybe can't actually NDC for say Senate said they are embedding. I'm talking about the serious government of my crowd. MP ni jina hono. Maybe at all a hifa na chile omo kuntokwa. Kena bua na jina hono. Dede ben na hono munti a penche aba hono munti a uko ura hono. Eko pede. Election season. Chale mumi enya sane mano. Mumi enya sane mano. Mumi enya sane mano. Wei enkwe ni munti nyema bu hono a mumi enya sense mu no. We should not hide behind me MP. It's what? Today, oh yeah den ho. Enwuram ho do yeah den ho. What is your interest in that enwuram? What is your interest? Sir, Wafre, Honorable former Minister for Works and Housing, what is saying? Honorable Collins Dauda. Kwame, one of these days, Buame. Mami sensu. Na mami kusuya. Na empenyifo ni nyina ye mubombu ye din ni mfa kusuya ni nsu ni hwefom. Na yen ka se opani bi ka ho a na ye ma ne nadodo a odibedie. Kwame nka be hunu krofo ebewu okroma. Anya nkoma ekoso nyina na sojaфо no betimi abeka. But ye mu bi de bia na we are privy to some of those enkomo. Womu a efre eye sojaфо no release my man omu efre nyina ye womu efre. Omu wie so no mu aba se asom omu nka hwe ho omu na ekwo. I mean why? Why? Yes, we are free. Omane bu ama wom. Mutala wom. Yes, we are free. Metro Adams Mahama wom. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves as a country? Kwame Mamela se metimi aka dey we ya. Just a quick one. Yes, metimi aka dey we ya. Kwame T story T. On 1st November 2025, and story me sure say entechemu bebraba differently by Montewe at about 14:30 hours. Kanoboa, head of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, and 9 military personnel drove to the Hwidian police station and reported. So this is the vote. Munti, they were on national assignment from Accra to Goso. That on reaching Bronikrum near Hwidiam, they spotted an illegal mining site. On reaching the site, one Zakaria and Kwame, and Krofomi Nubia Yachom to Formono. Ubetimi di sa we not to Somamia. And Krofomi Nubia near Hankoff for Mungu Formono. Bako de Zakaria on the day RAV4 and sa new unregistered RAV4 new Range Rover. No. The way Saturn was MP near call or Frewine. Was the MP near no call. Which then went more Frewine. On a both Frewine. Jabachin Crawford Ramoko, may I form quay, O Frewine. Ah. Time when Crawford everything was peaceful. Until you came there. When so you can't ferry, you can't see it. MP na ma hono mu a anka nipa dom be de ho. Hey, o de sa agenda na me de aba no de mo fan hwa de. kosua pa ni nsuo anam some de snap na be ni ya bodua na fra regional minister sesia regional minister bi owo Galamsey region bi ya be boy Eastern region ni abo Ashanti region ni abo West ya abo Central ubehuru because enema bi wo hodom a ni kan ye den but nka behunu ubehunu and there is a new minister ma ubehu na bi aboabo mo madam ya be tia wo ubekomo na Galamsey fo buoma de obedi akon okaze nkoda okrom hanu ana esu no ese ne ntia mo fe adwen na mutirim munim nyansa ya pom chawansa Yehovah kwa mamen kan we no tie on reaching Broni Chrome near Hwidim they spotted an illegal mining site. On reaching the site, one Zakaria, the owner of the site, ayi fade no to so mame enkrofo mienu bi ya chomato na omenet is we na boy ira ni trim ya ise onu ye bokinani kwasiamansa free ni krom e ba be sensu akwa na ayi ni 310 no bokinani na ya chinkrofo e de omo kwa na wo MP it because of your presence in tea enkrofo na ntimi and this is clear obstruction of arrest. We interest in saying that you now community are you there to support Nkwasasem? We MP are you there to support Nkwasasem in that constituency? Free Burkina Faso saying so because of what happened, because of your presence. Una also say they come by, but o come na the by no yentiman chinkrofo yanko. And I'm surprised someone to me anti-MP no. I'm so surprised. No, I am surprised. Please don't joke with some of these things. Why a minister Cheno na for yanko police station yanko get sense. Because I'll be surprised Kwame. E be wiase no. Not the real kingpins. Omo a Mahama amo madwuma. Anase womo a Mahama mo madwuma. Me pese magiedi. Because me need evidence to that effect. But ankabe me nwa papa. So mo a na ese so mo queen. Na ba wiase mo kura concession. Kabe me nwa papa. E na kabe hunu so man no. Esi a otu da ko ubenya aton. Na wachiche sika na mo. Because look at that. Kwame, on reaching the site, one Zakaria, the owner of the site, and Kwame Alex were arrested, and 2 vehicles. Registered Range Rover belonging to Razak and an unregistered RAV4 also belonging to Kwame Alex, together with their mobile phones, were confiscated. The following items belonging to the main and other minors suspects were also seized: a side hang bag that contained Smith and Wesson pistol, 2 pistol magazines, and 21 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 12 other assorted phones, according to the soldiers. Now, some wooden structures and mining equipment belonging to the owner were also burnt at the site. And Kwame, baby, I know she will not make a video. No, me patch video no, me patch mon fan to so near who say omo no. And yes, they were burning. Video no almost she a baby omo no. Mon fast video no to so mame. Na enyema na ye ka no atiefo access say na making ebia me bua na media dance kuma. While the officers were at the police station, some irate mob from Hwidim and its environs, numbering about 600, besieged the station. That is police report na making, and demanded for the immediate release of the 2 seized vehicles. Nabiu yachi enkrofo isu so mo ye Galamsey. 9 months for na yamum tumi so mo nya sa adwuma no. Tumi ben biem na enkrofo fufuro timi nya. Tumi ben biem, and to organize a whole community in Hwidim, it must take a higher force like an MP or like an MC or like a minister. In any case, say MP ni say odu hono no na niema nkoyi into a person or restore camera. The district, I can't say dissect. The head of dissect is supposed to be the DC. I didn't know one for DC, you know. Meanwhile, it is the DC in the car tickets, you know. Emma name was for some umra. If you have seen something on Towers, as MP, we are then trying to offer Honorable Collins Dauda. Is Honorable Collins Dauda the head of dissect? Is Honorable Collins Dawda the head of MUSEC? Why not your head of DISEC? Why not the DC? Why not the MC? No, say MC, you know now we need a number. Why not the police regional commander or the district police commander? But I'm interested in defending near maybe sir. So Muru Fia Mekamo. Now Bambi to say from MPP. 2024 we are no muluzu and check with a 10 months ago. The Mufan Yemen Niagro. Now being super Bekaimo. Send a Bambi to say from NDC. 2028 we are no muluzu. Ye kasam chema muntie. Ye kasam chema muntie because at ye me refie. Bid the pete. To mu didi o madwene. Ye ka no kora chema muntie. Odo amu Ghana fo anim. The goodwill President Mahama has. We must work upon this goodwill and make sure you guys can stay in power for 20 years or you don't know. No, me can't crash them all. NDC, Abai, we send a moya jumai. You can stay in power for 20 years. Eti ni mebi wonu a, ma mani machine trauma kwamkra. Police force should ask the MP a lot of pertinent questions. They should ask the MP a lot of pertinent questions. And in any case, offer Zongo chief for what? MP ni for Zongo chief. Zongo chief na head of district and a Zongo chief na police commander. Dabiu, asem wesi. Galam say site. Untie ni ye. Police for ni soldier for and e bi ahia. And ya microphone na MP oba ho. Zongo chief no friend for what? Zongo chief no a police commander or a chief of defense staff. MP who friends Zongo chief says Zongo chief no me den. Eti brabe be ene that's we. I have police station one man. Tell my boys in the back on be. Eti wo a CID office na Zongo chief name say oh no. Zongo chief ni jina no. Zongo chief no. Look, Zongo chief no. In any case, Kwam, I'm here. Me tesa no de ne car Emma soldier for no. So yamma na baso. Because e bi enye Zongo chief no so anko mukum. What they saying? Omukum because say na boys na near brain and yamma na mo for baso say oman tutu. Assembly see no. Me frère the commander in charge Kanabua because now me pay first hand information me person me tie free obi ho I even didn't want to listen from Erastus Asare Donko because you go school you reporter speech when you be in free mo dey be count and I listen from the source me frère Kanabua no or person be kasa you but me frère tie the side me tie pa one of the few soldiers with integrity be so be trying to about somebody. Na me be hunu say wo mo ho no no a MP no ba wo no because Zakaria the microphone ba ho no no course no anche na MP no be duru ho it is any MP ni kasa se wo twam ana da bio MP da bia wo ntwam e wo ho se ho no mo ye galamse a etia wo hu e de na ye fa ho na are you listening to what I'm saying MP ni say no twam say ne kwan ana MP wo say wutwam na hunu ye na tse eben kwa ho eti de bia MP wutwam no mo ye galam se ho no no edien na wo ye fa ho if granted say na wutwam wampa edien na ye fa ho kwa mo ye ni MP ana we ni MP onko sungu mahama ni masasa Munim send the media for Kenti. Betria, I damages a mamma. A summer munina mantua, and and soon I can in only a moment function. W, I told you we should employ May Christo Nimapa, by riding the boon soon. We should employ our traditional systems. Kakra. Then go for you slow Bible Nikoran, moon through fine shade. Nadia, or debate you. Almost low. Okay, so look at this. It's over hand one. I had a watching microphone, right? na and I'm even learning kwame say pick up break rampo na nya say na mo dia om ko han pick up no ma say no pick up no ma say no I mean why? And look, if we are not able to punish these people, I am saying sir, that will be the end of NIMOS, because every community will be emboldened to perpetuate stupidity against NIMOS. Me na me catch them. See entiman punish you obia. Oh, say to travel we, you be emboldened say sign NIMOS for krom obia. So we must punish them. Obia, ne ho bom obia must be punished. And maybe let me take the opportunity to call on Honorable Minister Kofi Bua. Say, Papa, this time, or maybe kind of Bua, increase your number. I agree, sir. Now it was just a routine check. You were not going for operation. But my number no sir. Ebia per contingent. Sabubet mayano at least 20 mpoa. And now 30 per contingent. 30. Obia krokretu. Kwame meka sembi na ya musi debi ameka sem na musi me demon. Obi nka mamente ba me hwe wadwene a wo kasa de no wotrim. Kwame Galamsey. Menya President Mahama. He has his approach. But if I'm president, we will to test parliament. I will make a law. And that law would declare all Galamseyers, especially the kingpins, terrorists of the environment. And you know, say terrorism is a treasonable offense. I would declare all of them terrorists because they are killing my people. After that declaration of the law, may send their shame. Whichever kingpin, say mra find it out, say una way in whichever form you ube to suit me up, either by firing squad or by hanging. Mikum baako, mikum mienu, mikum miensa, obi abegya asase no. Democracy cannot always work to its full mask. And that is why the best leader has never employed one way of leadership, whether laissez-faire or democratic leader or authoritarianism. Sometimes you have to deploy the skills of dictatorship. Yes. Because guys wait Zoe. And Kwame Mame Senka Sadewe. Honorable Pedro. Masa. Aha na betena ye na menu di nkomo. Yes, oya madam for but make kasem natural. Me nkaso oya madam for because oya my acquaintance. But make kasem natural. Honorable Pedro. Enyo bia na enye opportunity to send a wenye. Yen nyina na yakun elections no besi ne. Aban no nkan me. Kwame kwache. Yen kan no. But we have hope say amamo no ye yenko ade a yen so yenim bebe nyam. Nyame ka ta say yaka wama opportunity as head of the responsible cooperative mining and skill development program. Ask Kondepa, I am sorry. Act it now and be active about it. Now you are doing paperworks. Because I did when you know, me person make say your fault. Look, omo a etu Galamsey no. Let's be honest. Kwame, omo djuma no. Tie, me anka dokre. Adwuma ni kroma. Ana gold no, won na no masase so, ana omudidi so. Ma ye wura mfi we. E horo mo na omukọ a omuti binya sika behwe omabusua. Hwe mo yire no omoma no. Se sia ya yese omu nyai. So mu jaya ya ready say behwe omu ana. No. And in as much as enye no kura say, ni omu ye no nye no. We cannot hide the truth say e hon so no mu daily bread. Put yourself in their shoes. It is a abani say, yem pesa mo be say nsuo no masai sase a. Enu nti na abani de alternative mining aba, which is responsible cooperative mining. Etime hu ye anka Honorable Pedro, community zones, start going there or you have gone and yente. All things are in the pipeline. Things are on the drawing board. Because I make a say, okay, my example, watch him. to galamsey I don't know me didi also me nyansu nti o megyae unu se fiti saa da na o megyae no esan say omunfu asai na no mu didi nti no say one mom any alternative wo kyerɛ m kro no bo it quickly you step in. You don't wait even for them to come. You zone all the galamsey areas. Go to the chiefs. Make sure say you create the committee and get minister involved, get whoever involved. Let them apply for the license. Let them start operations. You solve it. But when you ever try and say, I mean, what's that? Owura Pedro, responsible cooperative mining. What's them making? Me probably obey do be mama hama afeli o wa obey do krom ha me no me kamanu to me bodin. I feel say you have done your paperwork enough. Please get to the ground. That no obey din krom me catch say you a fine brain because en command ye boy nyina bibia tell say adwuma no obetumi aye yes sir. Meaning say we your paperwork in nema ba mesraw. This is your time to shine. O dia from na menya dwuma ni bi mentua meka on pro bono. Me ma dwuma ni say o dia men communities come ye engage ahemfo no ne wo mo ho no. Let's get financiers. Say if assassin no, like you said follow within the enclave of a super mining company. To say Oba Eastern region. You Akim Goldfields. One can say you go and talk to them, they'll seed that part to the community into them bio. Because Adia nature community neighborhood is also because guys say boys equal no munyes be mom. Emriwa ine ye ma menum papa ye ba hui. Wa mo mai kwa galamsey bia na sika yi ba munyes ka twa duane di. It e be chinkrofo ya kwa. Wa manu aduane abom. So they will do everything possible to resist it. And only at the other side of the story. Anna, John Muhammad, the ordinary Guaquan's review. Or no, on to me, Mamma, ye ask condemn head view. It won't do a see one mono. We may cast a own yard. And come me who send a mechano. May say, why yard, but please double up. Double up. Double up because communities now winning in a Bebrena, Jumama. Also munyai also alternative ya odi kan what is your office it will burn day if possible crampa anka the district omoye galamsey no mon kokote aris condemn offices wo ehun here so na be free village wa bankran so district offices na munya ska o de munya no regional base 16 region nyina munya aris condemn office wo anamate na minim oh Your Prince, say good afternoon. Vivian upon. I say those of the people who can do the work, well, should be immediately changed. Because 2020 is just around the corner. Idrisu Abubakar, Idrisu, Mohammed Ms. Bahuddin, NDC is far better than MPP, I agree with you. Paul Amenesoji, also NDC is better than MP. Very well. I say we should apply shoot and kill. And I make that be okay. Galamsey talk and I'm say, on my no, but I'm say, we don't see the future. So I can't who that ya, and can be a country called Ghana. Watch us here, Krensu, not BBC DA News, not TV. That's well at DA News. Sanko any konkaya, and can you see a country called Ghana? No, Krensu. That is what is in the future. Ghana be Krensu, and no. Some politicians, especially, are in Fakasia, a soft company for almost come to the Krensu, na menewe. Eti otuda kokuna mekono. I am fighting for my own future and the future of my children and the unborn generation. Why? Omukuya. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Have mercy. Ebenezer Mokhtar, say good afternoon, Nana. Please, if government is collapsing Galamsey, then they have to create jobs for boys. Yes, Ebenezer. And then I make him. And then I make him Pedro say he should double up. Because Aban Wenka say, oh, try my name. And then I say on my who say good board and $8 billion. eti mine ne de obi anu wo betwa mu o hwe ye betu gold there was asase no ye betu na emu maban ne say ye mfa kwempa so ntu ba jona mekati enu nti ye nya responsible cooperative mining na make catch Pedro say si ono no ye alternative no ana mo say boys ni nyai galamsey meanwhile is the source of baby omudidi it is how dia yenko represent na eno no nye the alternative the community bi o me galamsey no quickly ni a problem himfo ya back together pa ni akwedi 0302 208090 ya fa course kakra 0302 ima ya fa course kakra 0302 208090 eniema mienu na ye ka ho asem galamsey nsem yi anafi honorable Muntaka nsem first caller hello
good afternoon
but we didn't be afrefre
oh you over the home sense
ko enim
when galamsey I getting so over yeah bila ye call chichiwile from Boaso to chichiwile mesani video mount
mekai
senior me say ekwano hu cheta omo di kwani na se na me hu nya no cheta adiga na ye mokalo mu omo mokalo mu omo se me ho mampa cheta umu se omo empanyifo omo ta omo che omo ye sa de no omo dina kwanu na to ye go cheta akokudi be omo di ye dwon ho no senior ai wo ma enti anyam mo say empanyifo yi omo ye involved na say if you achieve na say the camlet so omo so na ye the itu so omo so omo kasa ga bo mu empanyifo omo ye galam so Ghana tan gola we dey we mo to this Togo abab say omo to galam say keke wadla omno mo bi aso senior
no free Burkina say yinsu wi anoko na wanya politicians ifre can obo say me see some bi ha wo kan yi hello
nana
yes sir
I go
Jumaye
ya mi sha bibi o say o ka bibi sisi amani ye me de pa o say so mo je juma dia o mo pa juma ma o mo e fi say de anu ma mo so mi didi o mo yire o mo ma e say antene mo ye de ye nyina yi ni nka so mo kere ye me de pa say so mo nya ya ampa o mo nya na so pa juma ma o mo so na be ya okomo endi o mo como ye nyina anya wo Ghana that's the power
that's it me am free galamsey community ntine kwanso no hello
no
yes sir
yeah
but me just ko enim
we fresh ya sama ni na ukan ni every friend na mi tina se kwa ni sasa ni pana hotu kala senu na onimu wa danfu ana ejuma na oye ma ko yi na utise na boswa achi kala sefo kemine ko atati no ko fe kolizada bona mande
ana se utwa mu nkokora na wakwa mu nyina mu nsom na mu mfa mu nkona minister soldiers for nkwa ni pardon na ba ho no be den
we entilu de mitina pie tize me o garante no ni movie friend ma ye bu aban we no ma bra ye bi ni fa ye kun na nyame ya duma ko fa we ku fa to fi ye konsu na ne ye friend and the mitina say before no understand person we young ye ti say people at the boni almost supporting ye sir with that
the NDC for yade because MP before cranka masa hello yes sir about radio no mama feedback abet medum na
okay your friend MP at my buy we MP anu na mo go no oni o ko so mo ko lada so anya den na se MP ni mo amu ye adwuma no MP ye ne your friend MP ko te se o mo chu MP ni sai se wo gwa ba na ni ma se kro ebio metie rifia your friend we Mutaka be mai sha no mo we nyina ha ye nya MPP ni na ya kopia ha okunti atofom na MPP 4 kasa wo ho adu ba bia ya na me me papa mama me John pa me o pa ga se ma o te se me ni obi ku an mama ntina me ne ku but ane no man aye slow too much esa nka samre ke MPP ni yiri ya ni to ko da fra na wontimi na bisa bone o muri di o man we 8 years anya santipoa ni o kan ni pa 15 e bia chi de Ghana hada e bia so o kan mu na mu kitu ro kwa bisa ye to aba gere e bia chi da
David
bo mi na wonam say ye to aba so bo what say bo mi gere bia kwandam sa je we da we na see to aba ma no be di Ghana so because of Ghana ya jinu sa say de na jinu sa say we that ya jinu kan ti to aba no be di Ghana so e na bo mi jinu kwandam sa je we say de esi na o ma nya de akuwa ran kwandam da e yo mo fe by a copy how okusi atofom ane de na adane topic oba bia MPP ni bia banya bia akobia ane ba ko yam yo ni pom asa ogu hu se asa wo ye nipa sem ane na je wo nipa mu ba MPP ni bia bia se asa o hu ye nipa sem others asa o mu de mu hu asa o mu ye aye MPP ni bia anya ba NDC ndi aye normal ka de na me je wo nipa mu kura ya isa ko fa mu ye ta nyina o make sure so mu nyina be ko prison ye nyina wo mu amre ni endi eni ehie na enim ayi keni ọba ba ko ati wa o timi ka brofo na oni mi nyanta anu aja ma president ba brofo na wo ka ọba na ka brofo na eni nje se oni mi nyanta
ka no krum kasa
Ghana ha o timi ka brofo na se na omo amukọ school ne se be ka se school nyo na o timi se interview o timi se sama ka jimi asa na ka ba ya ti wa mi fa because wa ko school but me interview ni pa bi ase ni pa wa be ju se asama ka nyasa ba kura ni ba ya se wa bi fa because wa ko school wa ka brofo me da se
0302 2080 90 0302 2080 90. Hello.
Nana.
Yes, sir.
Like you saying.
Yanko Pondom, and I'm a fire.
Yeah, my opportunity, no sir, because we are your loyal listeners.
Thank you.
Mr. Lincoln here.
Hey, is that Lincoln? We share on Facebook, now we share more.
Yeah, NDC, Juma. About our yenda, position yenda, main coho. I mean, share chairman of Suajari, chairman Papa Biwa and Kaswa, and MC Honorable Sheikh Banini, me Honorable Felix Nakoyo, Honorable Linda Okulu, Great Accra100.5FM. The Naboa, maybe I will be a Yamin Shapapano, and anything. It's not easy. But then, I'm a bus station. Any mining company be a Juma or Masia West.
Okay.
Now, Brea, ye brew Galamsey for them, and I have been yet Tiafi, and then if they tell you the operation of Galamseyers, you will never go close to them. MP no omo ye investigation na no kreno ember out. MPP is looking for classmates to partner Chama to me. It will not work. My words are straightforward. Linear. Miami MP Honorable Linda Okuru Onam Krum na ya hankofumi no on me very well. No was Sifem no so Babe Buame Babe Bisase Denesi and say he's part of the Bonia Mikoye. We are missing the whole point. The proof will come out. As an MP, you are the mouthpiece or the one representing the people. Only panako bo bitu ana wako hajaki play ni krano uchwe na who said that same as in you will by all means pay attention or go to their aid. That doesn't mean you are part of the show. Because I'm saying issue no adanic from politics completely and nothing about no sana make them say and no out. Meaning the apostle President John Dramani Mahama the commitment push Professor Ama Kluche. When himself no EPA boss. I'm not so I'm say fight no. Any Eastern Regional Minister Honorable Akusha Awate last month was severe excavators the great perform him and the Galamsey fight is on. We are going to win the fight. We are not reneging. So for us can the boy and any crop for India, we are going to win the fight with the help of the media, including you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Me do to that con. We didn't be free. Into you. If I tell you, me into you.
So assembly back African so you who ask for you like this, generally. Yeah, would it but this has to me. I was with here. Oh, as a general, we didn't for the bread. But I won't buy it. She can ask for me and this person. I want to hear the truth from you because mean the truth. But
hello. Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. For my station, I'm looking.
About you.
Yeah. You made a machine at my palm here. Say I'm pampa. Say yeah. MP. Hey, two galam say dear.
So let's. Hello. Yes. Let him put you on record. Say.
Yeah.
Yanka say MPB two galam say. Let's put that on record.
Okay.
MP no man account. Name questions say ye be sending say. At that point, you know, there were people that not mere directly involved with security. They said DC head of DISEC. They said regional police commander, district police commander. All these guys went unnoticed. Any idea? And again, who take Naimo's account? And except say you wouldn't name Canon, but you wouldn't name Sir Canon now. You know, say he's one of the few with integrity. He will hardly lie against somebody. When I'm going to say, me position is say, yeah, you should know. Ubi bia Nedjuma, Mwajoma Hamano. Yan fan honcha. But Yanka say MPB two galam say, please, let's put down record.
Because say na fear no am tia asem nya me tumi na. Aya me ya say ya kun ye homa NDC. Yan mo what am say me dey photo am say bia ni. Ni nya komo yi yi bia wa bemu. Di je me nya hwe. Ba me bompa ye say o man nkoso. Ekoso a obia benya hoto. Ha? Anani ye fe. Madam Beef Vitamaliba was so to beef. Last 2 years, beef bottle back on. A 15 million, oh Ghana City, a be a 20 million, and a 4 million.
Hey, 4 million.
400 Ghana. From 20 million up to 4 million. Ghana no hear your need in a pay. Into your mom, yes, I know. You see 2 million say by a Dakana say. So the Ghana tona come so. Professor Buagana, not what Chinabino, Senajuma Quena, we appoint Papa Way on my Ghana.
Thank you.
Vidamase power. Effort station.
Thank you. That's Effort station. Hello. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
The fireman.
Accra.
Yeah, you're down too much.
More fire. More fire.
Maybe the Yima, the Casafia Momo. Galamsey used to media. Otu da ko. I didn't say more. But me bomb ya maban so. Me bomb maban so. O my yard. Me can say we shouldn't treat Galamsey issue with kid gloves.
That's right.
Yes. I mean, who say? I say. You tell to say I didn't push maybe a few same talk for my I said now IGP team here. Obi amko Kwabena. And also some what to show so I say
yeah.
I mean
some yeah the diagram.
Who say?
Why am I saying Kumubianko best study?
Thank you very much. Utuda ko hwe me say me to nsuo enye enu anaju nsuo to ena me nya half drum. Me to nsuo utuda ko every week. Nye yedi see normally yedi be ganye be no mai. Every week 100 cities. Me spend 100 o nsuo. Inti nya go bi ni yedi. Ye ni abre ni e ka asem no. How many times the water works for pumping issue mine? If you I do not anyone I do I have to stay awake. Namaso issue me so kum. If they shouldn't joke with this galams massa, they should clear it. Whoever they should just clear the person off. And then you show your natural forest million.
Hey, senior, Obia or saying so kum chima or no no or one eye.
Oh, one eye them me or no bakuno essay nipadudo. It was no bakunua, not do one life is a higher day. Midas a fireman. I mean, why are we treating Galamsey with so soft? Are they? And then this chairman, Etna, and this organizer, and then MP, Mpacho, Miss Rope, Mpacho, one Kaka, Colizada, City South, Minnesota, and this in it, MP, no one, no,
or no, see NDC.
Okay.
NDC.
NDC. I don't know, yeah, after the year, who NDC executives name, or who bought Galamsey, why? Why? Abba.
But my more NDC for my basso. Because 8 years ni neti kroma. And you who send a binder and a katakata microphos. Yankas will be a dibone, but Ocean Common and Mobonoa. Not to say, you show Mukramponetisa, and ya fin a moko covo biso. And it shows the same way is serious. Hello? Yanfabe Trebina. Yanko break man chairman. Hello?
Fireman.
Oba hima.
Boko de.
Who are do more now so?
Nana nyamia do me ho ye pa.
More fire.
Nana umbo me dia na me mbo.
Odobo mame.
Only about Rose Queen of the Airways ni Ashamala bano.
Me ton kache.
Muna enu ye hot dudu.
Me ton kache. Akwaba.
Muna enu ye se pa.
Akwaba. You ne pay.
Eti manya we dey mama lunch me ho.
Lunch home.
This month November a month.
That's right.
Nana also da ku 9th November Sunday my birthday, my 50 years birthday.
I am 50.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And the me person me for CJ so.
Me do ka kusua create wow.
Yes.
Mate.
No chief for staff.
Problem be anyhow.
Chief for staff Julius Debra. Me se on shame nunyam.
Obesha ododo.
Eni Ibrahim Mahama on talk am me wa nti connect me
man. Ono so be pama why. Enti me so me to dem ma.
Owa.
Ai. So
iPhone mami.
Ai, me level no no.
Pacho ai. Say nyama appointment dia enti.
Ai, but.
So upe. Nana nyame chira na nyo kesi wati.
Amen.
Me nya bema. Ade a me pe wo NDC woni say NDC eya dia enya NDC call bia obe defene ono na ma manage NDC call legislators hu omuji o man hu say omu political party na omu dom because Ghana ye bakupe Ghana ye ya eye ma ye nyina ese ma ye nyina be kai sa badada na otwemu omu penyifo say ye nsoka ye ka omu so omu pesika ma omu party unya MPP call bia obe defene ode bia omu kanta omu support omu penyifo say omu pesika ma omu party NPP no but NDC about power won't NDC call us bia de penyifo ye no omu ka asem papa ema omu ye na ye condemn say ya ampa dia de NPC no ye no omu anye ni ye de bia emrada no ese emfa emra no ento because dia is John Dramani Mahama ye no men se mo amfa ni de no obuka amma mo president no so yam papa mo ye sadia o mo amfa ni de no obu ama ye mampanyi because ye mampanyi say yensuo say ya sase ese enam Galamsey so ya twini party tro bako 8 men kan kofo ya onansia ye bra penyo mani bo amani ni krofo ni na ya twiro mo ya because of Galamsey nti me ankabe ya Galamsey no ya fa shoot and kill ebemu because omo amutu Galamsey no omo yo mo say omo ni brisika ma e ho na sika no omo penti no wo ye bia omo mpese omo beti enti metre soja penyi no omo amu ye sa no ebe ya shoot and kill ebe mo ebe le sa ma omo nya because ye ntina ye mamu ye pe omani ye beti nkofo bi no mu de omo be nyanti no se o man no
maybe say China temi Chinese phone do ono hai wa meboa.
Yeah.
Say China kura wieska kura ye say wa konfuku and yeska wa wieska. Now we say environment. Do you think Zanka they will look on like this and like I say pump like no. Almost say yensa say almost saying so a Japadia nipa nkasa ntimi nye because human beings cannot create river.
Minya esa my real.
Maya, ya dear say, what stops us as a country? Say, I bet passes such serious loss.
Many a message of Mampenny Mahama pa. Mimi say, Sammy party too for a channel, a bit Chinasu, a jaya shoot and kill. Why a bit who so to Galamsey? Yamuamutu, because on was so ye di omu ntiasem sa na say ye omu na to da go ne menya adwen
me my cousin with that me no
nya menka ho ewie me da se pa on be so on be ya ma ye nwa na en wa te o me
and then I'm a person call us baby about the infant 2 pay infant last 2 hello yes sir
yeah Mr. Cotti
Mr. Cotti okay
yeah then it is
who adom
yo la ganyasi na waiko ni ejapa oye edwa o mangana nana okay
yes sir
NBC MP no a omo ataki nine motion no she no kra emra enini NDC yes so sem fun so NDC we NDC no committee crime we will not defend you NDC this MPP our member your mind bonnie committee crime against the state and also your Mexico they will come and support him defend him because they don't think about Ghana. They support wrongdoing. President Mama on this Akufo-Addo, who says one thing and do the opposite. Katia Ghana for so fighting Ghana say, whereby no one and not air. But I say, the Katia people say they better shut up because when they talk, they make Ghanaians more angry. Don't mind Shemusa. Destroy everything. Destroy the country. Destroy the economy. Obiaba, or fixing the mess created. And don't keep quiet too. Thank you.
Thank you. My last caller. And before the last call, I've always maintained that yeah, can say will be 2 galamsey for MPP for Obi Ankarandu. They should shut up. Because Frimpong Boateng report to no emuye. Head office na Jubilee House. Nti ye ka galamsey asema ye dog na o me yenka. MPP ni bi anya na say obi 2 aban we for because mo ye galamsey for. Hello?
Otudakun.
Yes sir.
We did the Nana Ojari Wiem.
Nana Ojari Wiem. AKA
Sewapiku. Sewabruni.
AKA Sewabruni.
Nkrumah kakra ni Pieto Town.
Nkrumah kakra ni Pieto. Na krakra ni say no e.
Me na me bom do bi tan. Ade me o me ma bo do na bi say krakra na Pieto.
Nkrumah kakra ni Pieto ko anywhere.
Edini international name so go say o body ni be bia o tia.
But my ye di nkramiti we last caller.
Yaminka o boy juma wa. Yaminka o ni do di na maybe am o do na ko ambom hunta. Bobie ma ye guarantee juma. Eni se ma ye bi tade ma ye guarantee juma sa 2016 na me jai.
Now ye galamsey.
Min da daw.
Away.
Ma ye no okudun kwa. Ma ye no fence chief plateau. Ma ye no nzima kuro do mfa na kangu. Ma ye ho no. Last hour ami kokoye makwakoye ma abuabusu. Ho ni tutu kuro.
Ene na tu galamsey pa.
O ma tu ni.
Na aya na enyamare ho se na mo se nsu no.
Bo fence na Otudakun. O ejuma no ma ye ka bibia wonti o.
Sawo.
O min dada. So we she ejuma no ma ye tu bibia wonti.
No ye sen sika na munya ntia na spiritual na asesen.
Wunya wule ejuma no pasa. Wunya du hu chema wonti fie du ni abu e babo bia be ka bia wonti fie. Ana woni ejuma na omuka no ohini bie ni ho be ka che ye tu efense good wo anase ye garanti woni man mo anase ni ku mo ho ma ondi wusika
ahemfo no jiska
mi do bibia
eti mo ho na mutu yeska ma ahemfo
every week bia omukoya efense saade we pom kwati dai ana oku dai yanko ejuma ye twa musika asojafo kama mbaku pam nan efense mahama time pam China form asojafo no ba oni mu ni omo ye omba jiska we ho
Hey.
Ye mom
meba. Yeah, Ben and soldier for the Bajiska no.
Me say 2016, 2015.
2015. Okay.
And me 2017 and I go back when na sama muku jo fencing sa soldier no.
Adams.
Aha.
Meba 80 no omo e Bajiska na soldier for fofora na soldier for na ye se omo mepa mum no omo na Bajiska.
Woni me ni omo ye. So omo ba omo kacha ahunfo no. Omo ma ahunfo no ti say ombeba. Enti sansa na ombeba no ahunfo no be kacha say nda soldier for so ombebo.
Eti ahunfo no na eyi muasutre say asoldier for beba ho.
Omo na be kacha enti so omo kacha ya no ma kire say ye ntubua. Ye group ye ntubua. Say ye ntubua na. Omo ba ni ahunfo no ska na ede e am. Enti say wo a we say won ye sa ntubua no. Omo ma soldier for na be my paint. Ye won so sunu. Ye ne to for na ye kan de bia mimi a ye mo to sa. Ye ne champa for no.
Bona mo say su no.
Ye ne say su ye gina so no.
Na wo kana ye ode. Ye ne say wo kana ye ode.
Ona say majai.
Why just say?
Majai say.
Me o be me aka ma chill park police station.
Yeah, na wo anka wo so be ma ka bo ho de wi amabo afutro ho ni.
Ready.
And you know, say uma mfa Takashi any shoot and kill a base Hajima with man. Bobie ever you see Bobie. Nana that mean that be jeans. So mobile we are na ge ko.
O say soldiers for na aba wie awiano. Anajo no makose ngure no.
O pa bet na hon musta na de nta. Anyi onya koya ape. Anajo ebo 7 to 8 ni apate na me ko. Ka ko yejuma. Ebo 4 kwa ni apon. Ewia wo de bra.
Ana yes Mosha dan so pe girls ne boys na asa omo ye mo transfer okwan ho eti soldier for ne kan ni wura mu ane afra mo ba o
Messi nkromfo na nkasa na omo ye adwuma no anase ye adwuma no omo soldier for no bana se bia bia mimi wo school dance aha se umbe branch wo Medina anta no mbeba ha Medina for be ka fair aka se nkromfo no bu na efi for na fair yeah I want to say yes ya omo bo anti before mo ba di kuro no no yeah I want to see na yapon min da da nti adwuma na da ho sa no enya no keke na di stop adwuma no
na those times no uhun MPs B what is MPs B ana mpanyufo bi e ka ho directly say bia om se chechire
me see sambre na me wo friends
we dey kind of cry because obi ehun anim why
oh ada ni de ohun anim kwa okumi atenda enye we say we ba akopɛ
me too
owu nda wo te ni kokuma for no mi no ma tete bi santi mi ntutu obi ya sabi ba asoja fo no friends MP fo no onu mi amu ye
Davi
me say boot na mi ye adwuma wo so no o ye elder
hello
the same credit account we dey e kasa
o kasa man nsa o dey we afre meto bia ma
minimum number bye bye
kwawe edru MPs ne pena credit sign Charlie he say wait me your number na mama why chairman akwaba
me Jesus
chairman you may say could break just your 1 minute remarks na you could break him na immediate komo.
Well, I think say gentleman na trust no was going to give you a very valid information. It's rather unfortunate.
Can you get his number?
They can't track his number, and that would have been good for a start. I believe say he's speaking from practicality, a practical man, and that could help even with the NIMOS. You know, in other jurisdictions, person like that, no, they could have even used him to support, to properly deal with these issues in terms of his intelligence report that he will give to help the NIMOS to succeed. But it's unfortunate that we've lost him and we don't have the thing is on the screen where you can see the number to call back.
And Chairman, I can say Utimia. Mestre no on free by young two phones. Then fan to live. Into on friend na. The number no. Exactly. 80 Sawabro ni pio to mbacho sounds in the day no. So what brony people.
And I say for to assure him for security, you can give your number. So OTA program.
Number no
so that you can have conversation with him privately.
If I have a mama I'm trying to do.
So that
on what friend Anna.
So that would be of a great help for this afternoon.
The number to just sometime with chairman. I can match it 12. No.
Yes, he particular. Maybe he can chat with you, perhaps not call.
No, so what I'm saying is that
yes, I understand the challenges. Very enormous. Everybody will call you. I don't know if I but let me say a very big good afternoon to our cherished viewers and Omamuti Accra FM Awiawe. Na say you call commissioner Rekaba.
Okay,
na Yakoba na started
Chairman Wengobet, Exporters and Importers Association of Ghana President, Chairman Ansah, PNC, People's National Convention, right?
National Chairman.
National Chairman. Chairman, may I come here to a decacra?
That's
the Bible to stay on.
The luckiest, oh yes, luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest. Money is life, money the beat.
My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter. And I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork, spend public funds wisely and judiciously, reject opulence, and never forget your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. Example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. I therefore have the privilege and honor to declare this executive leadership program duly open. My brothers and sisters, the problems we face are real, but so are the solutions. We can rebuild our economy, we can create jobs, we can restore faith in governance, but we must commit to the hard work of change. You were not appointed to occupy space. You were appointed to solve problems. Let me remind you of the social contract we have entered into. The Ghanaian people expect us to deliver, and we must not with excuses, but with results. I've said before and I repeat now, this is the legacy term of my presidency. I intend to make it count. I intend for it to matter, and I expect that every member of this administration will do the same. We must work with a sense of urgency, and President Jonathan spoke about the 4-year term. Our young people are tired of waiting interminably. Our farmers, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our women and youth, want to see policies that work for them. They want fairness, they want opportunity, they want to live in dignity and prosperity. Indeed, they are not asking for handouts. They're asking to be given a fair shot. And let's give them just that. The task before us requires leadership that is empathetic, that is disciplined and accountable, leadership that is not defined by titles, but by service, that is not defined by slogans, but by substance. And so I issue this challenge to each of you to lead your sectors with vision and integrity, to champion innovation, make decisions based on facts and data and not on guesswork. Spend public funds wisely and judiciously. Reject opulence. And never forget, your first duty is to the people of Ghana and not to your own political survival, not to the applause you will get, and not to your personal gain. I want each of you to leave this retreat with a clarity of purpose and with the humility to keep learning. This job is not about knowing it all. It is about listening. For example, I'll stay true to the values. And please remember, when any of us fall short, I will not hesitate to act. I didn't think that was what you would clap for. Let us leave here with renewed determination. Let us work not for applause, but for results. Let us lead with honor, and let us remember always that the true measure of our success will be the lives we touch and the legacy we leave behind. And finally, let me remind us all that the destiny of our party and our future success depends on the legacy that this current administration will establish. And so we must give it our all. We must work together to make our party's future successful. And therefore,
Baba is here. Okay. Some of the chiefs in the illegal mining areas are useless, corrupt, and don't deserve to be on the throne they are occupying. But Mayanka said, Cratch now. And he called back, so we have the number. Many hunty, but maybe at another time, say be invited, no, even in the studio, say be invited. No, Babs Susie, was not note. I think it will be good if you invite the guy to the studio. Certainly so. Ebenezer Maktasana, when you go to Sefi Bro Sign, there are Chinese guys doing galamsey now. Every month, each person pays 7,000 to some immigration officers, but the soldiers and police, they pay them every 2 weeks. It's a bit of payroll. That's right. So Medicare say chairman. I won't go to one. So na honorable Malik so abeka in sample before and San Mama Kwaba na imisa same Pomboko pa. And even two things. Honorable Muntaka de Nigalam say. Yes sir.
Ansah nebeko hono. Mamimbo Governor of Bank of Ghana Abaso. Dr. Esema, is it Pandit or Pundit? It's Pandit, right?
Yes.
The name. That's the name.
Esema.
Dr.
No,
Esema Bandit. No,
okay.
Bandit will go home.
Okay.
Say, Otimfa stability abakrumba pa. Na mose minya of was a member of parliament. Kojo upon Kruma can say the heavy market intervention is causing the stability is as a result of Bank of Ghana dumping $1.3 billion onto the market in October. Now you be say for Oka COVID time sika yedema Ghana buy any COVID living in the sika be bro moji no komutima stability buy omo de yede
I no man fa 1.3 bi asho mo dem
Bank of Ghana that they were supposed to use only 9 billion, right?
Yes.
They end up using 25 billion. No, however. No information minister or Anamboa. And say the good not just stability of the city. Yeah, we say inflation above from. Yeah, in fact, Ghana reference rate the Bank of Ghana commercial bank above from to the extent that 5% and 28 or 27% per interest. That be 19%. Yes. So I see. Yes, commercial banks. If you go to
19%,
I'm telling you, if you go to commercial bank today, so they should apologize properly to Ghanaians. So this will not fly. It tells that first prudent managers that have taken fiscal that he's having fiscal management that have been from 28 down to 9.4. Anambwa. And say man Christmas will be about the pete because my constituency
what's the Christmas
will be in the sense say we come market because right now customs are using 10.9 at Habo for duty purposes. What I say? I don't know me check at 10.9. Say I cook so maybe 11 but it goes through 10.9. That is what is in the pot now. So goes be back down. Number 2, now fire no say they are wasting taxpayers money. Okay, pa. But look, I say I feel this year, me Importers and Exporters Association, me and I call that the special prosecutors to zoom in to make sure that the SML deal. And I told Mr. President, in fact, the press conference was calling for President to make sure that. In fact, after that press conference, 3 days later, then or they zoom into the Osu and SMS office in Tema. Okay, pa. In fact, the top-notch investigator, Albert Akudugu, who signed the letter, that I was interested to come and then help them for their investigation. Because I went and met about 8 of them, top-notch officers. Then they interviewed me about the issues. And I thought that, look, when they said they were doing external verification for importers, were they over the no money officer will be there. They were just going on Icon platform. So they any modern technology tools in doing those special internal verification. And I did not see any time importer be able to say SMF invite to say your it is undervalued. So icons and they pay the money. So give his update. Yeah, last week, no, yeah. This week. Say last week. When he did that day, I think the following day I was on original TV. And me say Papa almost a senior legal officer or issue statement on the 14th of October saying have actually executed their contractual obligation with GRA.
Yeah, okay.
And that GRA is okay. So I was angry. I said, even KPMG auditing, that was the president. That came out. I strongly disagree with him. How on earth that you did he? That is the board members of GRA. Did you? KPMG came to audit SML no. At the time I go for the call for it no. Now Anthony. When me.
Ethiopia.
And I'm talking. So, and I'm talking. They instructed according to. But it takes the Commissioner General to sign. So I know something fishy went on because I think that we are senior partner of KPMG, so we cannot sit down and let OSP destroy the whole KPMG to say that they are discrediting them. They didn't do due diligence. That's what. And then, so
this week they arrested him, Anna.
Yes, and is it because they see that millions of money, Ghana cedis and dollars that went to SMF for no. And they say that this is their system. So I want to recover back to the government chest. And if
KPMG.
No, the
KGL.
By minimal list.
Okay.
To that, he continued to do his work. If there's something they should tighten the loop. Work. I have no. Makate. Makate.
Well. From yes.
2024. You see, they have identified electrical election. They said, I think Interior has identified some people, and they say according to them, some are,
yes,
some are remand, and then some are where. So I think that is because President Mama actually asked the former IGP. That party to do that work.
And others are going to be compensated.
Yes. And I'm
about your fact.
No, so and I'm it's because to do what was not right, and so compensate the and do so it's
that 21 suspects.
Yes,
identified.
Has been identified exactly.
And are killing 15 people.
Yes, and injury 40. Yes. So nothing.
4 are currently on bail.
4 are
on remand.
On remand.
And the rest have warrants issued for their arrest.
Exactly. So I think that the Interior Ministries is doing well. They're executing what President Mama said, because President Mama said they should investigate.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the people at IGP couldn't do it, or to some extent, but because during this period there was no since the day until he handed over, and I'm sure probably this new IGP Yonu has established these investigations and is bringing results. If it's bringing results, and if they want to compare the people who got injury and the people who passed away, their families, if you compare, they don't want to bring the life, but it's better, isn't it? It's better. So I think that this is a responsible government, and I strongly believe that. See, one of the things, 2020 election,
okay,
when the and the small girl,
yeah,
we did not see any of the top officers of the government at that time, be it the vice president.
Yes.
So, expiration date from 2020 to 2024. I think we can only approach your mama and then encourage the Minister of Interior to really do all his work. Then back to Naimos.
We are not yet back to Naimos. So live on Accra 100.5 FM. Chairman Aaron Gobet, PNC National Chairman, Sanso Dabola's President for Exporters and Importers Association of Ghana. And I'm saying, can call about Malik, so Okasama and this Emmanuel. Honorable, you winning free 2020-2024 electoral violence and Honorable Muntaka at the nations and Somber to Jano. Then we come to Naimos and Galamsey related matters.
Yeah, me that's be ready now. They can mean chair with you for one kasa any chairman also. Now, say the mechanic say abina yard because Ghanaians will be expect to say or better BBC. It's part of your manifesto promise. And anytime president is to echo campaign also no, I can promise one say we need to investigate into a Nyama is
check it. Sound on Facebook, my answer more complaint.
Nah, on him nana. A lot AC 2020, any 2024, any by elections. A lot here. Almost zoom in on 12 specific cases. Now, out of 12 specific cases, no, suddenly the two say 40 for now, any are injured, 40 people. Now the question is that if you are going to vote just to elect your leader and then your legislator, it was a nipa ewu it was a nipa epra. The question is supposed to be no. Now,
but you remember the Burkina Faso president Ansah that he took over and no foul has died. Yeah. But he's benefiting. He said he's benefiting people. You remember? Go ahead.
Nana, this is strange. Now 2020 elections. So be a nimfri kura obi abekatmaka techimasa. Nimfri kura bekmabori techimasa. Which they feel say the government empowered them now and can at least obey the people of Techima by investigating. Not at least in Crofino Mayasan, you bring them to book. Now nkrofo so mo hwiri omo nkrofo no wa compensate omo because you can bring lives back again. But yanti bibisa Emma from yes say yamutu. But listening to today's statement by the minister, no. In fact, I was the happiest man. No, fully, I was the happiest man, just because Ochre Bibia all the incidents is see. That's the 2020, and then move to 2024, and then those that were arrested, those that are on the bail, and the Omo Jana Yashishomo are arrested, which I think it is in a good direction. So those people are Omo Jana, no. At least they will be wanted. So Amrano ebiti. And Uncle so I be compensate almost. Send a minister and say they will be compensated. So far they have not been compensated. They will be compensated. And some of them too, there will be still prosecution. You say Ubu they be the famous what's the name Azu or what is it? I also wear so organs. When him say even the committee recommend this say you be no transfer no. But say the then president ejana to us until Osa misbehave you. Omokoche sa city news presenter smallest girl and then the bra a kalikuda omokoche omo bro before yes ya bro no before ngofo any bar so say sa still no omo post until the previous government the imra on fanyejuma or yede na kuma. But I applaud this current president. And then Bibian Koso. Now Omua Sasulemano, why Omo boss am George Asom. They should be brought to book. So that Ochinano, na ye kwako to a bar. Obi en sorry enka say me a powerful me see.
Absolutely.
Me tie ye see wo. Na me tie no tie dia na because me chi Accra100.5FM live. The AC wo northern region. I want to remember after the next northern region after no northern region, not Tono. And not you're saying Tokwensi, but somebody came and gave a warning shot, which results to a death.
It was election day.
Election day.
Is this Savulugu?
Savulugu, thank you. Savulugu, yes. Means I make up puntamal. After Savulugu to puntamal, let me warn him. And yes, get just a warning shot. Why should you bring gun
to elections
election ground?
When police IGP can say even if you are soldier Kurampa or if you are escorting your policeman escorting an MP Kurampa so far now in fact to Ukan Kuran even earlier can say report to the nearby police station
if you have an arms
exactly
keep it then
after election voting then you go and pick it
come back and come and take it
absolutely yes.
But this is what okay Emma warning shot keke result to death of one person. And
so Ghanaians will remember Dampare on that election by election. This thing that he got now, we will remember him very well.
And you know the current IGP will take the good things of Dampare and add his too, which is good for leader. They will far will predecessor their YN. Internal a lot of things happen, but say abide way per the relief we've had now. That's a nyama at the day. Majority 2028 election, we will not see any casualty, neither to talk of death. We will not even see say casualty of Obi Apra, Yabu, Obi, Yayese. I'm not sure we will see it in 2028, just because if Yetimi the nyama 2 years prior to 2028. But let me say this again. Once a nyama na ekokoso they were uncalled for. Yetibi wo Ablekuma. As also constance, what's the name? Ablekuma North. One security. A shooty, and one of the security guys, a shooty unknown person, bulletin P one side. Later, your command be. That was 2020 election. All these things occurred. Even 2020 election, Nana, near my constituency, Crano, it was a hell. They came there in their numbers with warning shots. And see, what do you want? Why do you storm election grounds? Why do you storm coalition grounds? What for? To hold hands and also be sons at twisty. Now I change the the results.
Yeah, me and I say these people who even go and do this, at the end of the day, they are crying.
Into the chairman, moving forward, Senator Abina Sekina, I think we will go by that. Say, at least those that have run, they will look for them and then prosecute them. And that the compensation to those that deserve the compensation, the government will compensate them.
Very key.
And or more answa or more hayachi or so, the law will take its course.
So, but I think young Seti will be straight, sir.
Yeah.
And who here say every bit of the way you might Ghana for that education. Say I buy your this way 8 years ago no.
Yes.
I buy your this way 15 people we in 2020 and the 2024 elections. Sebi yanko mu film kwa chiao.
Dabi. Then we can say vice president
former president who for the can say it was one of the most peaceful elections.
How does it define peaceful?
And I mentioned 2020.
Odojo Patrick.
Abanya onu ni ho no onu aba. Ode niema se egu akwa ebo. It was say abo abai na baso.
Oh yeah.
We get this and MPP as.
Onim so Odojo Krani Patrick. That's the 2020 elections. Yes, our case on cry that's a work court. How do you call it say successful? Nipa 8 yenim so almost omu e what techimasa. How do you call this successful?
Party vigilantes.
Yes. How do you call you wear people dresses? No one could shoot it into the crowd. Them says a station where they show videos.
They were not well trained.
Shoot into the crowd. A deliberate. No, it was a deliberate. We know their faces. They are the hoodlums, MPP hoodlums. We saw their faces. They shoot into the crowd. Then the president, the then president, say it was a peaceful election. How does it become a peace? I don't think we can call this a peaceful election. And then beside the death, a lot of people too injured.
Yes.
But when he said the current government, when he was in opposition, yes,
President Mamo.
Yes, when he was in opposition, victims, omon kofu. They will be making sure say they will investigate other matters relating to
and true
investigation is ongoing. So sanana osre kano say periodic nasa ministry be ebe update here. We get to know what is going on and we get to understand where the president is coming from and where the president has reached to. So Emma,
the vision of the president.
And Emma democracy no so ejina. And Emma yanka sankrofo so yet idea
what is going on.
What is going on. And you know, I would just say good thing and a president so we'll not leave it. Have you Nana, did you have the opportunity to go through IOS West Wagon what the white paper, the recommendation, the recommendation, and then the white paper. Could you be surprised that your boss Sam George President's white paper say Sam George provoked that guy into the borders.
A white washing.
And then I come for the chair Ghana who say, "Sir, Obi shawa horoba, Obi provoke you should slap the person."
You are a lawyer.
But you are not practicing law.
You are
not behaving like a lawyer. Because if you are a lawyer outside the court, your behavior should even reflect your profession.
Yes.
Of course, your behavior should reflect your profession. But if you should write, say, that is Akufado's law.
It's like animals kingdom.
Akufado's law. Just imagine.
That's anarchy.
A member of parliament on Bonasu, and you didn't see anything wrong with it. The country becomes some lawlessness. But today, I think things are getting better. It is in a good direction. And I applaud the presidency. Said the last week we had the health minister. Also did the two natural health insurance. Yes, so and country say in him say system nana. Blocking system.
I was so excited when the minister said that and obi kwaka say eh no crime say no crime for na me say no minister no ya set up ya in kasa database
media house be interview
by papa
no head of advisory head or something like
that. Data, no?
Yes, one was Eric. Or admit he say yes. Or one software na maya.
Data near 7 near
also from my buy something.
Yeah. So when they want the money they will go and try something. Then they can't say the people are not.
Or say yes, but if we want something as a block, when they speak to them, they will teach them what to do or they
will change.
But in the contract and also, and what I said the end. Who supply every month? Yeah, hand it to the owner.
Yeah, no, hand it over.
Who supply hand it over to the owner. That was what
he was keeping it.
And 77% was paid.
77 million.
77 out of 100 million. That's what was paid. So we are left with about 23 million.
You were a Juma and
do for
950. On my 450.
Yes. And 950. Why are 450? I got 500.
Yes, that's okay.
It is about 55%.
It's not yet on your up to 50%.
Maybe 50%.
No, 55% obey.
Yeah.
No, what is Canina? What is Canina?
So why 77% of the amount? Oh, even
and you call them rich people.
It matters. It doesn't matter, provided you come and do. But say one be
some school, some centers. Can say you HP and all the Dell Cocosiok computers.
So you have to
say no na or cast gaps in about $18 million.
Absolutely.
Is what can you a car or this or the balancing about $30 million.
But that money there, say a virgin never ask into on family only non-family baby income.
Then yeah,
so let's give him.
Yes, you said they did auditing, right?
Yes, they did auditing, forensic audit. Oh, Nana, Entino, one say what the presidency, accounting to the people, minister to minister, no, a BA. Last 2 weeks, send national health insurance, massa. Yendi. One supplier, one city. Everybody who brought his claim
has been paid. Vetted and paid.
No arrears for 1 month.
Dr. Bampo.
No arrears for 1 month.
Deputies.
Unlike
now, some assemblies were just sitting there. No sikanko. And then Uko municipal assembly, we say omoji 29 million, omoji 80 million, omoji 9 million, omoji 6 million. Hey, yes,
they back down to say 7 million.
Yes, finance controller be business. Hey, na sikana also confirm omo sikana why.
That scanon be an echo flags up house. So omo determine what to use the money for.
That's too bad.
But today, Nana,
is it financial controller be on some
social graphic times. Who say the assemblies are embarking on projects.
They are advertising.
Projects. I'm telling you. Assemblies nationwide. Because my goodness, I happened to interview a colleague, madam for ADC. I say, oh Malik, so far no about 4 million. Never come. 4 million.
This DFO business. They are and they say 3 million about 2 million. Hey,
that is good. So this release it, but before they don't release, they keep it.
But some other disease said your mama send the money. Is it money with police? Why the police are say or say fire legacy project fire?
No, the issue is that you're interest specific by direction.
No, 20%.
Yes,
a compulsory.
No, this how you go compulsory. There should be health projects. Compulsory health. So who now better? Maybe ongoing be you complete it. And now starting for there should be a health. Right. So it can be a cheap compound. It can be an addition in an hospital in those areas. And an educational projects. And I say, civil projects be such as bridges. Some baby you add them. So a drainage program be once you add them. It is a share dailies, not advertisement. You realize some drainage projects, health projects. Once and school infrastructure project. So it is balanced. They just direct you, but based on your constituency, or let me say
your assembly,
no, you know
your priorities,
but based on the directive,
yes,
which I think is good.
It's good.
Contractors will get jobs. Contractors will get jobs, and there will be money circulating people to will have money.
Contractors, so your question of budget here, no contractors, they've done the auditing
and they are paying.
Yes,
they say they are paying.
Moving forward, the government is moving in the right direction in all sectors of its administration.
All right, so live on Accra100.5 FM. We bet me actually watching. Na yakama. Yeah, sorry, na in a bit of challenge with Facebook, but it's settled now. And Timmy Pacho, ubet me a flow, na all the questions number. Chairman, I will go back to Ufia, Samson, Honorable Malek, and so Ufia. Chairman, now, you move it to a fight against Galamsey, Senior, Namus, Kofi Dim, and Obruni Krumwa.
But,
Iridium,
me bano, Nami will say, also I can say, okay, Samina, I am the power. Say, 2024, no, what do I quant or so? Eku ama NDC. In fact, almost start appointed media of personality to certain government agencies. Would also hire a hold on to the fort. Those people are more they can't have the privilege to come and then do what you are doing. Ayo unquayo. Minu ya divine. So in divine ya menu no baha. Divine Kruma. Ono so bojuma 2024 ya 2024 me office important association ya dufu MPP no mo bani na to the extent say me issue statement say ba o me flood rate no person fabra happen no scam na me new book frame me okay pass me ba na me say me issue statement now you are pushing say and me say me new ba could be me issue statement now say oh if you haven't issued a statement, reverse it. Yeah. And as a statement that I kokora had rather, then you ask me which of me are MPP say. I don't walk out in say me my boy obiadiwa. Okay pa. But hey, and this is for buy no. Kaya MPP. A juma ye bopa no. Come buy na 10 months 11 months now no. Come omakaye. And this is come mekaye. David and so monkai. Me see any so monkai, me na me catch me Samson Asaka we go. Me see important person aduma ye di me di DMPP pa. Me say dwade fokora dwa about voting ye bo say on beto aba. E baba de ya hu.
Chama say ebi de beba no pa. Ebi de beba.
On the case Sam say na ye de wa ye didi. Me sorry tamada be aba ano omo ho top fuel mame
waka o mate
the driver wo ho omo nu tia ne car
na chama so credit the president of committee
me national chairman as well party for free me see me who have last time papa ne friend say papa na say we otokuna ko ye agree this no ya fa one of the guys no during munte on no mogabe na ye chu mo ko Akoga.
Okay.
Emi say Akoga say won no sha si bu part no o say fasa juma na mano o say me ye me na ka obi emi say masa ya dia ko ya life
chairman bra topic so what
masa ma ya kan muti because I'm to blacks juma no muti you to find my computer. Those days, I'm a NDC. Anyway, you shall declare my NDC, you can pay my NDC. You near Brio. Member catcher say committee, omu your money kasa. Makato mu na omu ka ya te omu abutiti on was all as well no. Ya echira mu policy here na ya bini ko ka min ka se ya ho ya na rikasa na mu kura mu hwe dada mu hwe dada mu ko mu fa ya hute mu ko na ka kire otoko no se san mu je te ya juma mamu nte enere eno na power ya many minu ya teke ado unu teke ado abusa akwado nado
tachi
when you go to MPP before me go
Tachi is one of the guys
Tachi on the number Obianka free channel we say the power we take ado Obianka me channel nti eni prepare
but
me catch you
yeah man too
when fuku say
ne boade nti black
when fuku say ya
na fight to na faka na ba na baka ba ba na ba so na mu ti obi afo ka say yeni but munya botre sa ya bob kokoko ya be yet bososi nti back to Naimos munya be ma
jama
unse me bufunu minim say ahodi a yedi ye adwuma ma ndi ba power no eye MPP a ka ya kokra ye ka ya kokra ko bu hwe MPP bu hwe those people support them my MPP and this is David nti me person catch up
na me ka se wie sa
I me catch up
na ye ba Naimos what's your kwachi
me search komichi
na bi brata pekere so time no
to Naimos no me ti say MP no and no issue statement anambwa a coin has two sides.
Yes.
Now, anyway, I was listening to Minia Ahunto. Now, Ahunto, yes. Now, Ahunto, yeah, analysis. Our Muhammad Fidi here. Na miniji pa. But at the point, now somehow I disagree to some extent with him. But later he convinced me. Why? One of the convinced me because 9 months, no, you were the whole secretary for 9 months. Ene ebra minua same yemfi CEO good what ichia no pass otie awie obodwuma human on the boss the minister ama Kofi Bua omutam 5 pickups and then was it 3 million or how much million 5 million
500,000
no million of thousand
500,000
was it 500,000
yeah 1,000
a common Naimos then him say I buy started the whole Naimos secretariat amamo sɛ mkɔ bi na ɛsam bi kɔpagya wɔ hɔ a the first point of call to issue a communique ɛyɛ Erastus Asare. It should be
minister,
not even the minister, from the secretary.
Yes, the secretary.
But
I think Naimos maybe Yanka we not minister here. Naimos should have a public relations unit.
No, they should.
They don't have for now.
They should.
And I also suggest say Omoko grounds they should add media men. And Kasem we are by and media men have footages, video to sell.
Exactly.
They should.
So
there's a video.
If they have
I've shown some of the video.
If they have
where we will pick it from is different.
If they have a media department.
No, they don't have a media
department.
Because for now,
they should have been Adam is at Mineral Commission.
Yeah.
So
Kabori spokesperson to the minister.
Okay,
and Amawusiye director communication for the ministry.
For the ministers, yes.
Yeah,
so what I'm trying to say here is that Dela Edem, not so.
Yes.
Dela is at Mineral Commission. Kabori is at Land Ministries. They are bringing. They are bringing secondary matter, not primary matter.
And
but intimate 2 years.
It's fine.
Obia or the secondary primary matter no 9 months at their operations. Okay. So I think so if they have a whole and they don't have a spokesperson to them, there is a worrisome situation. Because I saw countless times I can run on casa meboa
David Kenabu on casa
your friend say Western Regional on one he didn't want chiefs and opinion leader to stay away from their oppositions.
Oh, yes, that one is different.
That one is let me say they need to have department.
That's correct.
So that their communication department will issue. But as soldier they are no. We military they want their command, military high command to issue those statements. But we did this a special.
No, so this one
special program.
Very special.
To give an eyewitness account to the world he knows or they know about the whole thing. Now, MP say he was getting a response or whatever from Colin Dawda, and then Colin Dawda say he will swear Quran. 9 months boss to should also swear Bible. So
I don't want that one. I don't.
Colin Dawda said you swear
Quran or
and Bible.
They should swear Antoine.
Those who said that one.
So Rollins will say that will act very well.
The Bible and Quran.
It will take a long time.
Allah and Jehovah do not do it.
So,
do not do them anymore.
Too kind.
But on a more serious note, I strongly believe that if I were the MP, you should have gone there to ask your people to be calm and say, yes, we are aware. Because ultimately, they are not aware of the NIMO operations. NIMO is at the presidency level that they commission them to act.
And Konya K, Osina Notu is 5 million cities.
Yes, 5 million.
And 5 pickups.
Yes,
5 million.
It was 5 million.
But I heard 500,000.
It was 5 million. I know. I saw I read everything.
Okay.
It was 5 million, not 500,000. But because of movement, they say 2 years is better than one. No? And then
two bad heads are not better than one.
No, but we see 5 million. And when you say 500,
I know.
Now maybe we really were far. No, I read it from far now that it was 5 pickups and then 5 million that were given to them. So before then, they had resources because you can allocate a secretary without resources. So, but what happened? I think the MP should have rather called down, calm the people, and say, please, this is sanctioned by the president. Do not attack them, because what actually happened? I think I heard you when I was coming on saying, say, if the soldiers are not, if the military doesn't crack down this hooliganism, perpetrated people that caused the anger for the whole town to come out now, then they will fail, because any town that they go, they will also rise up, and that will be anarchy. That will not be good for the country. I think that if you also say the soldiers will crack down, if the soldiers go to the town there, that casualties will be even worse. But I think maybe President Mahama should go there and talk to the town.
To me, it's not necessary.
The president should go and let them understand.
No.
Even if the president will not go,
the minister,
his top officers must go there and let them know the military leaders come there. They've been sanctioned by the government.
But when we start begging, then we cannot.
No, it's not about begging.
They shouldn't be begging.
See, it's not about.
No. If we are doing galamsey, we deal with you brutally.
I'm saying you are talking about the uprising that occurred at Accra, or what's the town name? If the soldiers say they will react, they will no, it will be disaster. If they storm the town, they will break. Listen, they will break
because of the MP's intervention. Microphone no, ye chi omka no, almost send the cars no more. Microphone no, ye hand coffee on, ye send.
Yeah, listen.
It's a juma better than must go.
Good.
It's a way MP now. You must make sure say the laws work. Not the end of the day, the NIMOs could not achieve their aim. Have you helped or otherwise?
Good. So they haven't helped, and that crime is still here. I think for the safety of the soldiers or the NIMO, because NIMO is not only soldiers that went, soldiers and police. Other security. Yes, other security. BNI, others are all part. National security are all part. For their own safety, it was good that they released them. Because if they had not released them, we wouldn't know how the whole thing would have turned around. So leaving them at that point doesn't mean that they cannot trace them back to arrest them. I think they can pick them up. And they can
videos now here bono. How much na you want mono? Some community ni kranya away. It's then all of a sudden because called and interviewed Kenoboa himself.
A telephone call.
He told me, said there's one man I was seeing he works with the Defense Intelligence of Ghana Armed Forces. That guy came there. And when that guy all of a sudden the MP came there. Then all of a sudden, yes, all of a sudden the guy said, Honorable Collins Dawda is on the line. When the Defense Intelligence guy from us all of a sudden, then the MP came there.
So he called them.
And who your armed forces? So it means that you even know about the operations.
Exactly.
MP all of a sudden was Honorable Collins Dawda is on the line.
Now one say
Honorable Collins Dawda is he the head of the IGP?
Now one say from MPP time to NDC now, or more now, they are uniform soldiers sometimes who go there to support them. They are recalcitrants. They abandoned. Why? Didn't you hear that there was some shooting in Boku recently? The killings. The killings in Boku at Binduri. That day they said the military zoom in. When they zoom in, somebody got wounded, and the military picked the person in their car. On their way, they met somebody, stopped them, and introduced himself to them that he's a captain in the military. Yes, or say, or introduce him, say, or a captain. No, okay, that's you. Then he saw, and so they release the person to him. So when they went, then I'm sure maybe they were young soldiers. They went to report back to their commander, and their commander said to arrest that soldier, and brought meanwhile that soldier should have been but so there are people like that. They will abandon their work and go for their own selfish interest. So I think that military intelligence officer that we are talking about, we should find out what was he doing there at that time.
He's a defense in Ghana Armed Forces. It will defense intelligence guys across the country.
Yes.
So I'm told. Yes. So only a defense intelligence guy or representing Ghana Armed Forces.
Yes.
In that area.
Yes.
So from Nkoma Meneka no boy and you say be onye the right person with Ghana Armed Forces.
Yes.
Na emumu odono like that when the call came through no and that guy came. When that guy came and calls came through, then the MP came. But we friend boss we now we have friend boss we now we Obi can say MP here. But at that point you know, I don't know MP can say omunye handcuffs ni free microphone sir. As what?
So IGP are invited no. Anamwa.
Yes.
He's been invited.
So it was out of courtesy that the military did that for the MP. But the mass action, the mob is what we are talking about.
Now we are saying you're obstructing justice.
But and I'm telling you, look at the crowd that day, no. The best thing the military did was to release the people.
No, we are talking about secondary video. Charlie, for first video, no, crowd now we any secondary. That's not where the issue. Yes, the main issue happened at the
minor side.
Sometimes look at it.
Okay.
So this was simple. So they would just put them in the car, send them to the police station.
So here the village.
The village was not here. So this is the first.
But the police in the village.
Yes, and all of a sudden they pardon back. How were you able to organize all these people at course?
So they are police and then cross.
So look at this video. MP this that he went there to settle camp. When the Bobie asumo
so the MP came to the minor side.
MP, the one making call. Who is he calling? That's the MP. The one making the call. The guy in the blue business. Adon. What I say? And when you say, "Be a me pen this asemana, me pejo mama say ntine me be say no na." Dabi. Me say munu ye me support. And some na ye can na me who say ye can go see. I say ye can ye can free from to man. No cry.
Now where's Colonel from this in this video?
Colonel come. Taleb about different videos. I gave you a lot of videos.
Well, now that investigation is going, we are saying what we know, but the investigation will prevail. Will prove beyond.
For now, Obianka said MP to Galamsey. That one day, let's put that.
No, but yes, but all the MP knows those who are doing the Galamsey because the campaign. So the campaign. They went to Galamsey side to campaign.
There be an MP into Unchemu Honum into microphone in here. That guy is a Burkina Faso. The other guy. But I remember Facebook.
We can bend one on here.
No, there's a Ghana for the credit. Now for Burkina, ever say so. Ghana why Rasta.
Maybe Burkina Faso.
It's almost I say. Almost almost shada to form.
No, Ghana ni mama was ya bono kesi.
I'm going rock na no mabe yam. It's almost any different form of galamsey. To all these guys no matter to no nyina yen krofo a etio. But him say boys we nyina come na do. We no. Dale.
I hear say it's about 3 million Ghanaians are into this galamsey. If the statistics is true, we have a lot to fight. It's a serious calamity.
It's a hand to Kwabena koso hano. If soldier for no arrest one. And soldier for no crime, they were not coming to do this job. MC no hono. I spoke and they invite you say now he has some of these things on his hand. It's almost called no mutual. According to Papa no about 50 or so meters from the road. I don't know who sent microphone here. galamsey with the nose. Hey, now to me ben na mutiminya galamsey wo kwa house so they should go there. So they went there and disarmed the guys and got them a hono na a defense intelligence guy nearby according to say say nyam that be na sana ye jaja will be how can we fight galamsey so omojam let's call a spade a spade. Alaji, take it from there.
Nana, I can share your sentiments just because I have the same sentiment. When you baby, chairman, Aban, air fight galamsey. Nase, you who say, Obisu Mboa, on say air. Sabaka the minister Mpokanya. Also, they needed, he mentioned a figure, I don't remember the figure. It's about 20 million they needed to fight the galamsey.
$10 billion.
Is it $1 billion?
Yes, $10 billion.
$10 billion. Just imagine that amount. And that amount, no, Osha, what are they going to use it for? One, almost these excavators now, you're going to convey alcohol. This security task force are alcohol, you know, say. Almost pay allowances and co will be added to it. Into a raise, we need a 10 billion. Nasa ABR security for a trim. No more says some distance from the road. My name be air course young Kosha. But first say me, I could have applaud the Nemos people who saw it and moved to the scene. Omako arrest you gentle. I absolutely disagree with the legislator. Honestly, I absolutely disagree. The issue is that Chiwa legislator, however it is, Obaba as the MP, because you are the MP of the constituency. Obaba immediately let them go to police station. Do police station now. But let it get to police station. No, what I'm trying to say is that let it get to police station.
The question is interest Ben MP no to akaso money handcuffs in from us.
That is where we are getting to, because what about to say let the security do their job by taking them to the police station. Who will be because even you say all offense available. Say who apply for bail, not say judge, finding the wisdom mobile. So be it. But let it go. But how come who struggle when you read further, Nana? It is not a nice and pleasant statement.
Before so you kiss.
That's where I'm coming from. How on this earth? But Uber forces obey key.
Also, Jenny Bottom.
No, with the when in BB, one thing then say the soldiers no. In fact, they were professional. When him say Uncle Bet and route and what could have happened? There'll be loss of lives there. Because Danny Router, I believe they are holding guns. There will be some attempt on one shot leave and leave here.
Guns.
And then they be see but they were professional. Because they were professional, they were able to handle it calm. More releasing Crawford, how? That's a very bad no. But you see, Nana, I did back up penny there. It was idea. When I notice and I may observe all spokesperson communicators for the party, everybody condemn the act. Everybody condemn it. And what also I am a decade speaker as at yesterday.
What's your release?
A police the police can do their investigation. One trend that's at the there. So the difference today and the difference then is that at least this time there is that the willingness to fight it.
MPP Tama and Kadiwi Kran can you?
That's the good thing about this. I see. Look at how we are all condemning our MP. Say we are condemning. That's how good it is. Another good is that the speaker, the third most important person, number three, and no first working day of parliament. Why then? Why really say MP no say investigating? Which is say the government is committed. That is the good thing. But we all want galamsey to stop so that there will be responsible mining. At least let's stop it. However, we will find to stop it. And stop it. When you say a bit more fresh shoot to kill with, I disagree with. When the reason, because no, when you pana onene kasa and your friend say, "Hey,
shoot and kill near the way."
They also support
you. Shoot and kill.
Good. Who didn't hear the?
Nobody say Nyamra. Okay. Campaigns, no.
Yes.
Where bet you be a firing scar.
When him, Nana. There am a dene kesi. Okay, nipana na or call it in or see a friend your friend Sponge are you are oboni dimbi.
So what broni Pieto?
Pieto good. One say okasa ma manage. No, okano kre oka say ubena ka obetchen which was one yard.
Also no super bomas.
Yes, mention say. O chin say. O see we jai. We jai 2016. O call we chi akoche no. So be a jai in there. Anka ye di soldier for beko. Baby obi a jai in there ke beko ho. Kayan ko that is it. It is we jai in there. Na say o my filler. E was say you grape no.
Imagine a man was free.
Yes, and now only filler be o my me there no. And if we be ameka before we can stop this, it will take only two things. So Nana, two. Political will is number one, which Abina take it. Secondly, community will.
Community will.
That's why we have problem today.
The opinion leaders,
the danger now is the opinion leaders in the areas, and none of your problems today. Just look at how the community storm a massive soldier for
and I can tell you.
Come here,
and I can tell you that because they heard that the MP is there, they had the morale to go.
To go, yes. I'm telling you, it changes them.
Man, you not say president. You didn't say SMBC.
Now someone about
that crowd.
It's
a political effort.
It's excessive.
It's a galamsey.
Nana.
All those people there are galamsey. You know.
The problem of fighting against the corruption 2025 and only one. The opinion from the opinion leaders. For the political will, no.
President has shown the way.
But has shown the way. Look at what we are saying. Look at how we are condemning our own. Look at how we are condemning. Look at how the speaker releasing his own say it should be investigated.
Go and face it and come.
And come, look at it. Not just say the party and then the president is committed. But the opinion leaders in those villages, are they committed?
No, the last time I even said something. I said I said that hey, if you do the community inside and you say you say you doing, you say doing make it afaso. Usu sadwan na no dio. Sansu na no numbi. Na mu ye timamu fo no. The indigis. The indigis o. To say Bobie say o Burkina no. Ono fi baby no ba ya wes akoba.
E do na hu no ye
na.
Nana onipa no kan bibi. Yes. Nana onipa no kan bibi. O see se soldier fo no beba. Na himfo no abale. No more jiska contribution. Eda ma himfo no mo dey settle.
Yeah, namozo.
No. Almost send no mo dey settle.
2015.
Na tembia so mo tua royalties. Emma ahimfo no. So they should tell us ahimfo no they are into galamsey. They are into galamsey. There is this issue AC under Professor Mills that was somewhere 2011 2012. There's a chief in Eastern region, Mimboti, and the sub chief accusing say he is into galamsey. When him say and also almost banding from all activities in that town. I can mention the town. Me picture. Me off head. Emma, you're banned from all activities. Let me tell you, radio say, I afraid chief and spokesperson say they've banned the person because or call program to say ye adore where the neighbor no be abunu because we're accusing Nana or the fin egu Nana meanwhile that Nana from all checks na oye.
So even
ahimfuno they are our problem. Problem of Ghana today is chiefs.
But a bit of ne doma hene
Okay, the Domahene, or call to the bush with ne small chiefs to go and arrest Galamsey's, like 2 of them, and hand them over to police.
That's problem.
You do about a quarter, 15 years.
Issue about Galamsey.
But not this.
Some of our chiefs are the demons of Ghana today.
It's a good way.
So far as Galamsey is concerned. And you see that last week, in 30 seconds, last week, last week, Minister Amaboy. Now, all can say, even if you are a chief, no, you in fact, they will come for you. I was happy. We should take it because no chief is bigger than this country.
Now, maybe say, I can't Mabu and quite ready. But the question is, Amabua PSB, former PSB, Obstratinana. It's a question to that I'm asking, say, a Kamabu and Kwa were ready. Now, so former minister B, ministers B. Politicians
Try give you the answer to the question. Try give you
both current and former.
Try give you answer to the question.
Yes, give me answer.
The answer to this question is that cabinet meeting, you should put it there.
Tell them they worry the man.
President, no, cabinet meeting, you should put it there.
For frustrating.
I'm putting the cabinet meeting on the president in TOBNT. Then we take a decision there.
Alaji, President Mama Otimia, of Fred cabinet meeting. Oma, Kennel.
Yeah.
Ombe briefing.
Our perform friend,
Omo friend for the show, site. On the party members, your top officers. NDC. Gurus, mo frɛ omu. Say it you. Say it, mo frɛ. Kenem, you don't frɛ Kenem no.
Me time cross my memo.
Dini ya tini na no. Obobodi ya bobodi ni wa ha. Obaka say, these people.
No, you can't do that.
Insanity.
No, you can't do that.
Kenem no, so onyan kola yo. Onyan obi abatu.
No, Kenem say hi you. If you Kenem, you know why you are a general, brigadier general. So Kenem say big.
Enti papa no, oya obabamudi, oya ready so obabamudi. This officer, Jama Gra, obey the woman, no. So, of course, we're framing, make a pure side, we're framing, make a pure side, we're framing. Debre, more friend, can.
Okay, but you're Tiadewi.
Sanity,
Tiadewi, maybe we may a coty. Where Tama Kenoboa, one of his expeditions.
Okay.
I may patriotic journalists against Galamsey intercept here.
Yes.
May catch and say, so this thing, if I have his permission, I will never play it.
Okay.
Maybe play and ABC because
no.
Let's do two. My body that forget it. We must all fight Galamsey.
You are who? Introduce yourself. And you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to? W, do you know who you are talking to?
How can W talk to Colonel like this?
W, do you know who you are talking to?
Sir, who are you, sir? Who are you?
You have called me. You have called me. You don't know who you are talking to.
I know the one I'm talking to because I said the number, man. That is Colonel Boa's number. I should call Colonel Boa.
So you know you are talking to Colonel Boa.
I know that.
This tape has not gone out anywhere.
Colonel Boa, are you God? I'm asking you, are you God? Are you God?
W talking to Colonel.
Yes.
Disrespectful.
Yes, W Ayamba. Send me a president for even 3 hours alone. Mami Jabo, Mami Jabo.
W on Kwano friend Papa no.
Obeka na koso ba.
Kano
me do to da ko chairman when government me da say. Honorable Malik, thank you. Ma yanko to adu. Onyame adumu a wo kina e besin ahia.
Let us say.
Na ono se be ra ho.
Honorable me yanko na nya ha na beka no. Yanko.
Ebusia meda wase.
I was a
citizen show no dear. Na chese citizen show for no sore so dear. Na chese unia Kofi Nyamiche maji meko ndwa. Mesan ema wa achen ema wa ha ema wa adwo ema wa kwa aba kese pa